This program is rated MA. It contains adult themes, coarse language, sexual references, and violence.
You say intro's running on it?
All right. Well, you probably have to refresh. Anyway, how's it going, guys? Welcome. It's Open Comms. We're back this week. Here we go. So, right off the bat, we'll just announce it right now so that people know. We're throwing up the thing for the charity. Rain and the Streamfleet team are doing a charity for Spawn Together. It's an Able Gamers charity. All the money's going to be going to getting disabled gamers equipment they need to be able to play games with. So if you are wanting to donate, down below there should be a link. It's gonna be the big bird face thing. It should be a link, and it should be right to the donation page, and then you get that sent in if you want to send any cash towards that way. So we'll bring that up a couple more times throughout the show, just so that new people coming in will be able to hear about it.
And
Why am I so
that-
zoomed in, Drayden?
if that hits $1,000, it's immediately going to hit 2.
Is it?
Well, that
Do you have a?
Then what happens when it hits 5,000? Redline?
Nothing happens when it hits 5.
When it hits 5,000, Redline and I are both going to shave our heads on stream.
Oh, when it hits 5,000?
5,000.
I'm
Okay.
also told that CCP is going to match $1,000 too. I don't know though.
Nice.
Excellent. That'd be cool.
Be careful with setting low dollar figures. It has not worked out for previous guests.
Yeah.
5,000 doesn't seem too low, but it's not too high either. I didn't want to make
He's
it
like,
unattainable.
I remember he's like $500 and I'll shave my head, and we're like, say less.
Oh no, yeah, the spider. Well, it was even
Spider,
less
yeah.
when he said the amount of it was a certain amount of Plex. I think it was like $100 worth of Plex. Like, dude, like a lot of that Plex
I'll
isn't
do
even
that
going to be
myself,
bought out of
yeah.
people's pockets. People are just going to go dip into their Eve wallets and get you to shave your head right now. So you might want to set that a little higher.
He was a really good sport about it, though. Like, he didn't
really
even
was.
he didn't even like lament or put up a fight. He got the clippers, and he looked
Yeah.
badass after he did it.
Yeah,
I
he
was
just
so mad
looked-
about that. I was like,
He
I was like, this was supposed to be funny, but why do you look fucking dope?
You
Damn
look so cool.
That's too funny, buddy.
All right. Okay, now I got him switched. For some reason, you guys' names are switched. Yeah. So donation.
Ah shit.
The sub. Don't do the sub thing, unless you just want to sub the show anyway, because Twitch keeps half of that. So I'm just saying, like, the link down below. Use that link. That will send the donations in, and it goes right. It doesn't have to pass through us or anything. It goes right to the charity themselves. So drop the link. The link is. It's right below. It's a little tile under the screen. There's a little tile down there on the page. It's a big, like,
Does that work?
bird thing.
Or is that just unique to you and I?
That doesn't work for the stream.
Yeah, I was saying, I think you have to hit the tile.
Yeah, you have to click the tile. I'll get the link.
Why is this so confusing?
Is it confusing? I think I
I'll
just
do
hit a button
donations
that
for
makes
shots.
sense.
I'll do a shot for donations. Donations for shots? I mean, yeah. no.
Yeah, no, can't.
Yeah, you can't do
shots
that,
for
but
donations.
we'll
For
do some
donations.
shots here
Oh,
and
why
there.
not?
It's
Because
against the
I
terms
can do
of
shots
service.
whenever I fucking
Beca-
want to.
because it gets dangerous.
I'm doing 2 shots.
Yeah.
for
Have
the
you
donation now.
met our audience? If
Yeah.
you say it's like I'm gonna do shots for every $50, we're gonna have 10 grand up there, and all of us
Yeah.
are gonna have to go for a ride in the wee woo wagon.
There you go. Redline.
Oh,
I'll
looks like
conveniently
yep, they
drink
hit the
something
they hit
every
the
time someone
1K.
donates.
They did
Hit
hit the
1,000
1K
Nice.
goal. So goal 1 achieved. Day 1. That's pretty
What's
good.
goal 2?
2,000.
2000.
You said it was going to automatically switch over
Okay,
to 2,000.
so what's goal 3?
5,000. Because you know why, baby.
Yeah. I forgot a shot glass. I'll run down and grab one of those here in a second. So we'll get a few drinks going on.
Goal 4 has to be
Rain, update it to
6,969, by the way. That has to be goal 4.
69.
That
Yes.
seems right.
Nice. Okay. Sorry, I was a little behind schedule. I was trying to figure out Tiltify stuff earlier, and man, I am not a tech head. I can tell you that. It was I was running in circles. I was like, and Rain was trying to help me. She's like, try this link. I'm like, yeah, I know. I looked at that one. She's like, what about this one? I'm like, I looked at that. I looked at their whole page. I don't know what the fuck to do. But
the man of science is not very technically savvy, which is just funny to me.
yeah. I mean, I can figure some stuff out. Like, I think I should be able to figure out by tomorrow, but I didn't have the time. You got to do like this whole create accounts.
OBS is hard. We get it.
No, OBS I get.
Mm-hmm.
It's linking other. Yeah. Anyway, I can do a few things. I can put my shoes on in the morning and put a belt on. That's all I need.
That really is all you need.
The oh shit, man, there was something that happened recently. I was gonna bring it up, and now I can't think of it.
I thought I did a lot of drugs.
So that happened
shots
recently.
Shots to everybody in Iceland with the volcano that went off within
That's
just
one.
a couple of hours ago. So stay safe, everybody.
Yeah,
From what I
well,
understand, it's pretty close to Reykjavik,
safe.
where much of CCP lives. So
Well,
Yeah,
it's
shots
pretty
to
small.
Iceland.
Everything's
Yeah,
close
so
to-
I owe you 2
I'm gonna have to
shots.
sip because I don't have a shot glass yet.
I don't have a drink.
But yeah, so the volcano in Iceland, it's right by Reykjavik. But I was reading a little bit on it. It was like 2-3 weeks ago. I believe it was something Scott Manley posted or something he retweeted. And it's supposed to be a slow lava flow and just go out to the ocean. So I don't think it's, unless people are just deliberately standing in the way, I don't think shouldn't be too many people in danger.
do not stand at the mouth of the volcano.
Don't stand at the mouth of the
The
volcano. The mouth. That's what they
the
call it
wolf
for
is dangerous
volcanoes.
too. It is, yeah.
But also, if it's like the Austin Powers steamroller. It's going to be coming at you super slow, and if you get hit by it, it's kind of your own fault.
I love that scene.
It's
fucking
So
You know
So
what
this
that made me think
this
of,
eruption
though?
is nowhere near their like active volcano. That they
no,
have on
it's not like the
northeast
big
side
ones.
of
The
yeah,
man, I don't know what the
19 kilometers from Reykjavik.
yeah, it's really close, but it's supposed to just float. Now there could be some property damage. I think there's a few properties in the so. I don't know if it's houses or just fences or what, but some stuff might get destroyed. But
The area recorded more than 50,000 earthquakes in the past 3 weeks.
yeah, they've been anywhere
Wow.
from like
It's been
3 to
very
5.
I did not
active.
know that.
Yeah, like 3
Honestly,
to 5 on the
though,
Richter scale, I think.
If you look at the seismic activity of your own location, there's earthquakes going off all the time.
Yeah.
When I walk
constantly,
upstairs
but
there is,
they're
for sure.
small. They're so small that
Yeah.
you don't even notice.
Like 1 to
them, but-
3
Strange still here?
is what?
I should just ask to update the goal again.
Oh,
Holy shit! Red line.
oh
Nice
shit!
job, bud.
2,000
Rain,
red line.
Update the
Fuck.
goal again.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, I'm feeling a little
We have
thirsty.
Mr. Moneybags here.
So, okay, so I believe the 2010 eruption in Iceland, though, was like Mount St. Helens.
So
'cause
that
it
was a
stopped, like,
different
air traffic
volcano, and
stuff.
those,
Yeah.
those
That
are the
one was
bad
pretty
ones. Those
nasty,
are like
yeah.
tons of ash and pyroclastic flow, and that put so much ash in the atmosphere. And that was, I can't even remember how to say the names of the like, Herfafjorniskargoli.
That sounds right.
That's not what it is at all, but
I'm pretty sure that's right.
it's got a bunch of Nordic
Well, there's
concepts.
like
and-
72
what
letters
was
in
it,
it, so-
Drayden? What was it?
Don't make me say it again.
Come on, we want to hear more.
No, what's the name of it?
Skjark Fergenlerlo. Hervene. Something like
I
that.
think you nailed it, actually.
I don't think that's correct, but
I think that's right. If there's anybody at CCP who can verify in the chat right now,
yeah,
please.
they're probably just shaking their heads. So, I'm
I was
speaking in
like,
tongues.
Drayden, keep going. You're gonna get Beetlejuiced. Somebody's
Oh,
gonna come
no.
and take you.
But yeah, so that one that went off, that one's really bad. There's another one that's even
That's the one that
bigger
went
that's
off in
also
2010.
active. That yeah, like those. There was one that was bigger than that one though, that is active and hasn't blown yet, but it's made some rumbles in the past. It'll probably go off at some point. I mean, I don't know when, but those ones are the ones that will put so much ash up in the air, messes with
traffic
ecosystems
control
for a
in
little
England was,
bit.
like, shut
Yeah,
down
planes.
last
It's
time,
not great for planes because the actually planes can't fly through it at all because the ash gets in the engines and cakes and melts and burn and does all kinds of stuff, and it
Thanks for the
it'll,
sub,
like,
Darwin.
shut the engines down, so you can't have any. Oh
I
yeah,
love
thanks for
that.
the resub, Darwin. You
You
can't
were
have any
talking
of that
about
stuff going with it.
the steamroller scene from Austin Powers, and it made me think of that scene from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where they run the bad guy over with the steamroller, and he just
I
like
haven't-
unfolds like
I
paper.
haven't
Framed
seen
Roger
that
Rabbit,
since I
that
was
was
so young. I don't
fucking
remember that
creepy.
movie hardly at all. Yeah, I just remember they're
I
like
love that
putting
movie.
tunes in barrels of acid or something. It,
Yeah.
it was like this is like a mob movie. This is like
It's fucking
animated.
traumatizing.
Yeah.
I love
And-
that movie. It
and
was on
fucking-
Netflix for like 6 months. It was fantastic. I got
And
high
Dick,
on
yeah.
acid one time and
Doc
watched it,
Brown
and I
was the
I
bad
had
guy.
a great time.
So like I grew up on Back to the Future movies, and then I see Doc Brown as this evil guy in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and he's murdering cartoons in acid. Christopher Lloyd, yes, thank you, Rasmus. Yeah, he was the judge. He was so fucking creepy in that movie.
It was such a
Roderick,
good movie,
thanks for the
though.
resub. Yeah,
My favorite was the shave and a haircut thing, like how they just couldn't resist
They
it.
couldn't resist
And
it,
the
yeah.
haircut.
And they try to fight it. It's a great. Yeah,
It's
that's
like
a good
fucking
Doesn't,
turning red and shit. God, I'm gonna watch that movie tonight.
It's a
After I
good
get good
one.
and drunk.
Holy shit.
yeah, I never sent a tweet out.
I'm gonna watch the Snyder Cut.
I think Rain tweeted for us just now.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Rain. Yeah, I was a little behind schedule. That was on me.
We got
The-
sort of tweeted. That counts.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll retweet it.
Before
Bang.
we get too much more into this, I'm gonna go grab a drink
Okay,
because
you go first, then I'm gonna go.
I think I'm
we'll,
up
we'll
to
take
3
we'll take
now.
breaks.
So Christopher Lloyd in Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead, that'll really mess you up too if you grew up like I did. The same with Doc Brown.
Things to do in Denver when you're dead.
Yeah, he plays a gangster who has what the fuck, leprosy. It's fucking weird. It's a good movie, though.
I love weird movies. I'm looking it up now.
Christopher Walken, Andy Garcia.
Christopher Walken and Christopher Lloyd
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah, no, it's a good
Cool.
movie. It's just weird.
Damn, yeah, that sounds like a good one.
William Forsythe,
Yeah, it's got great
Steve
people in it.
Buscemi, Farouja Balk.
Is it
Get the
Buscemi?
fuck- It's
You've never
Buscemi.
seen this before? It's a great
I don't
movie.
think I've ever heard two people say his name the same way.
Steve Buscemi.
You say
Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi. I've always
How
said
do you-
Bushimi. Other people have
Are
said
you kidding me?
Beshami.
Have
or
you
Bu-
never-
Bu-
Drayden,
I
you're
don't-
joking. This is a joke.
It's Bushimi.
You,
That's- I'm not saying
you
I'm
never-
right. I'm just saying that's what I've always said.
you're the only person that's ever pronounced it that way. I
Buscemi.
Garen fucking
Good.
Tias.
Uh,
Everybody
Steve
pronounces it
Bushido.
Buscemi.
Can I get an NFT for that pronunciation?
Yeah, I'll sign it with the,
Sweet.
the super signature.
Man, just remember, you don't want buckwheats. After watching it, you'll
Bushimi, like
understand.
sashimi, like the fish.
Sushi. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm
That's-
tracking now. I was like,
sushi.
what?
I thought it was a sashimi.
Sushi?
Sashimi.
Sa-
Sashimi
sash-
is the sushi chef.
It's all right. I'm uncultured.
No, that's oh fuck, I was gonna make a joke, but moment's gone. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. We
I
don't know
usually get
anything.
it, so.
Steve Zucchini.
Steve Zucchini.
It's getting worse.
He's super supreme.
For y'all, since we
John.
hit the goal, I'm drinking my 1-4 Loco.
Yeah, I'll do it. Man, I gotta get a shot glass though. I'm just doing like probably
go,
half
go
shots.
Get a shot class. Jesus Christ.
Oof.
Yeah, I'll do it in a sec.
Go.
I remember in college, I knew people would shotgun these. These are gross.
The Four Locos? Yeah, I don't.
No,
think
it's
I've ever
disgusting.
liked
Who
those.
would shotgun a Four Loco? What?
There was
the-
this girl I went to
College
college
kids.
with.
Someone who's Moy Loco.
Her name was like Emily or something very stereotypical of a. Anyway,
Tiffany.
she was 5'4", like a $110 or a 105 ish, smaller white girl, and she would shotgun 2 of them and then unconscious. Like she blacked out in our bathroom one time, and I locked the door with like the little Allen key thing through the hole, so nobody would go in there. And then she freaked out because she thought I locked her in my bathroom. I'm like,
yeah, that's
you can-
creepy. But
you can
she has the unlock on
your
the inside
side.
though. Yeah.
And
But
it
if
was-
she-
so, like if she would have
She
turned the
thought she
knob,
was
it
locked
would
in
have
a
popped the button back
bathroom.
out. I was like, oh, I was like thinking to myself because I wasn't drinking that much because I had to work that night.
That's a special
That's one of
kind
those things. It's
something.
like your intentions were
you're-
so
if
good and
you're
so
so
honest, but at the
that-
same
If
time,
you're
there is a
so
level
far
of like,
gone
wait,
that
he
you
tried to
think
lock
you've
the
been
door.
locked inside a bathroom.
Right.
It's not
So
funny.
like, I need you to realize all she had to do was turn the knob like a little bit, and it would pop the lockout, and you could open
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah, like
That's all.
that's.
Sometimes it happens to people, so shut up.
if she was that messed up
Dumb.
though, like I could see her not really putting
I
two and
was
two
like-
together. But at the same time, it's like I was saying, like your intentions were good and like the thought was there, but also there.
Your-
I mean, she
Your
wakes
heart
up and
was in the
someone
right
attempted
place.
to
Heart
lock
was in
her
the right
in the
place.
bathroom. Like that would
No.
be creepy as fuck
Is
too.
that
So-
Florida State
you-
or Florida?
University
said-
of Florida.
Florida.
You said the thought was there. I thought the thought was in the bathroom.
Hey.
Oh shit!
She,
We might
that
be
was
in
the
trouble
weird thing
tonight.
about that
Yeah.
situation.
We're
That was
gonna
like the
get
second
banned.
time she had come over to party at our place, and that was like 9 o'clock, and she was blacked out. Which I admire the drive, really I do, but I don't know really what she was trying to prove.
I'm sure her parents are very proud.
We're still friends on Facebook, oddly enough. She's a doctor now. I got kicked out of school like
That makes
almost 10 years
sense,
ago.
yeah. That does make sense, actually.
I have family in the medical profession and they party pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, I don't love
Doctors
are
and
just
teachers.
ridiculous.
I don't know why.
Because,
I have another
because
buddy
these
of
are
mine.
high
I went to
stress professions.
yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't surprise me.
I have a buddy of mine I went to high school with, and he's now works with special needs elementary school kids. And there's we got all the way tore up on a Wednesday, and I'm like, "Don't you have school tomorrow?" And he's like, "I'll
It's like,
figure it out."
yeah.
I'll figure it out. Amazing.
Dude's my hero.
That's what we're all doing. We're just figuring it out.
Facts.
I'm not anymore. I stopped trying to figure it out.
You've got it all figured out?
No, I just stopped
No,
trying.
he just gave up trying to
You
figure it
stop
out.
trying.
I like your hat, Dom.
I like my hat too. It's pretty sexy, isn't it?
Is that which one is that?
It's the Trash Talk
Trash Talk
Tuesday one.
Tuesday.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
I got roasted at work because I took your mug to work with me.
Nice.
Okay,
And they're like,
we're
"What
now
is-"
we're
Go ahead.
closer to the $3,000 goal. Jesus Christ. Redline, did you do another 1,000?
Mm-mm. Nope, not me. Just
Somebody
the
put
one.
$170 in it. Looks like, or there was already
okay.
1071 or something.
It was 2021, and Dre just did 50. It popped up on the screen.
Oh, I'm doing $69. Hold on.
Nice.
That's
That'll
the
make it an
perfect time to
even
do it.
number.
No one donate. Well, not right now anyway.
The
Give me a
class
second.
hero. Yeah, that's me. All right.
Let me tell a story while I'm typing loudly.
I'm just waiting for like
Um,
CCP convict to come in and drop
friend that got
another
locked in the
1,000.
bathroom. That's not an uncommon thing, right? People get locked into places that they can easily get out of all the time.
I'm saying if the fact that she woke up in a bathroom and thought that she was locked in a bathroom.
Well, it's better than waking up.
I think if you think about the situation for more than 10 seconds, you start to realize you're going to be okay.
It may be, but if you wake up in a bedroom, say, and you can't find the door, and for some reason you think it's behind the dresser, and you start to move the dresser out from behind the wall because you think that's
Are
where
you-
the door is.
Are you speaking
Those
from
kind of
experience?
I was to say, why does this feel so
This is oddly specific.
Okay, so I couldn't find the door, so I thought it was behind the dresser. So I started pulling the dresser out of my buddy's house. Couldn't, it wasn't there, obviously. So I still couldn't find the fucking door of the bedroom. I can't figure out how to turn the light on.
You thought it was behind the dresser.
Oh, you know what would have been
Maybe,
spooky?
but it
though?
also had a door.
Being
with- it
blacked
had-
out and moving the dresser and finding a door.
Well,
Oh,
I found a.
damn.
I did find a door. I found one that goes to the outside, not the one that, like to the hallway. So I went outside, ran into the wall, peed, not myself, but I peed. Couldn't find the door to get back in the bedroom. I wanted to just come out. So I somehow found the door to the house, went in there, went in the bedroom because the door's right there in the fucking bedroom. Went in the bedroom, passed out, got back up later, couldn't find the fucking door again. I was so pissed. That was not a
He
good
probably
night.
moved it while you were unconscious.
That's what my first thought was.
He moved it, yeah.
I mean, we may have done some things that night that kill brain cells.
He moved the door behind a different dresser.
That's
Since
my
you,
idea.
you found that one.
I
so
was
he had
pissed.
to,
I'm
he
sorry
had to
about
hide
your
it
your
again.
door is in a different dresser.
They didn't try to crawl in the dresser. I mean, I knew it was behind it.
Stray Gang, thanks for the resub.
You guys can start donating him. I already gave $69. We are at
Yeah,
an
see,
even
I wish I'd thought
$21.40.
of that. I mean, I donated some, but I wish I'd have thought of 69.
Well, if
You still
I'm glad
can.
You didn't because we're at an even number
Can't
now.
do another one.
Why not?
Good. Man,
I'm saving up for a house. I'm like, I gotta save every penny.
he's got in Vegas and New
Well,
Orleans.
I don't
and
even
New
know if I'm
Orleans,
gonna be able
right?
to
They do
go
both,
to
right?
Vegas
And
or New
Eve North.
Orleans. I would like to, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to.
Is there
have
gonna be
money
any
for it.
North for sure?
No,
You
I'm
heard?
joking.
Oh.
No, actually there was a for sure no Eve North this year, I believe. Ivy
sure
was
no?
saying,
Okay.
yeah, I
They
think
don't
Ivy was saying that they were not doing anything this year because they just weren't sure earlier. I think like November, December, they just decided like just because they aren't sure what's gonna be going on with the vaccines and everything like that, they just decided no Eve North this year. They're gonna shoot for 2022.
Plus I haven't heard anything solid about whenever Canada is going to open their border up to.
That was the other
Back and
thing.
forth.
That's
Yeah.
the other thing.
That was being that a lot of it would be international travel. They just didn't want to have to deal with
Oh,
Hopefully by both-
snap.
Oh my
and
God!
Vegas.
Don't say that.
Rain just pulled the old switcheroo.
Oh, shit.
We're
Oh,
not,
man.
we're not
Charge back.
donating to
Watch all the
Charge
refund requests
back.
come in. They're
I'm
like,
not
"We don't-"
shaving my head for you to go to Vegas and New Orleans, though. I'll tell you that.
We'll just wait till you get blacked out in Vegas and then shave your head.
Shut up.
Yeah. Just shave half of it, dude.
Valid point, actually.
Dom's got the
Rick
hair. We
only
can give him the
happens to me every
Skrillex.
time.
We can give him the Skrillex
yeah,
cut.
Dom, you can
Just
you
do
can
like the
get
under the
Skrillex
underbuzz on the
cut.
side, and
The
Yeah, just
underbuzz.
comb it over.
I don't know what it's
Oh,
actually
I got
called.
From the Ascension.
What?
Ascension? No, what's that movie show called?
Relax.
No,
I mean,
what-
Vlad, I'm gonna
Blair Witch
try.
The
Project?
guy who makes the
the
wubs.
space one. It fucking just was
Yeah,
out,
He's the wub dealer.
Hey,
The
you
Terminator?
Oh my god.
You guys know how I
Might
know
be something.
CCP Darwin? Is CCP Darwin an American?
Kindergarten cop.
Yeah, I
That's not
believe so,
space
yeah.
one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I
never
don't
It's
know.
mind.
not fucking.
I-
Jesus.
I think he's
Things
I don't
to
know if
do
he's
in
in
Denver
America or
when
if
you're
he's-
dead.
That's
in
a great
Iceland,
movie.
but I think he's.
It's not the one I'm thinking of. Hold on.
I'm
I'll
pretty
come
sure.
back to it.
I want to guarantee money that he is. I want
don't
to
know what we're
guarantee
talking about
money.
anymore.
I don't either.
So a little bit of Eve. Let's go into like some of the just the nice QOL changes they did.
Qual.
The qual.
qual
The call
update.
is the call.
I
There's
do
no you.
so enjoy
no you.
whenever quality of life stuff comes out,
Yeah.
and it makes me sad in my heart that it doesn't happen more often because there's like so many quality of life things that'd be so dope.
Yeah.
But I am a gigantic fan of the ones. I don't know if they're live yet.
Yeah. So I think the first one they mentioned here as of March 23rd. So they're not live yet.
Yep.
So they're coming up next week, next
Yep.
Tuesday, I believe. So
Long live the red dot.
yeah, the red dot's going away
That's
or it's
bullshit.
gone.
It's
I
getting
honestly-
a toggle.
Okay.
I wish
Well, the
LG
toggles,
Long
I
life
think
the
what
toggle,
everyone
that
wanted. Like
The
there's
toggle is the perfect solution. So
Yeah,
the people that
the
don't
people-
want it don't
yeah.
have to have it, and the people that want it can have it.
dude. Imagine
Perfect.
if
Yeah.
everything in the game had a toggle.
Do you remember the old audio settings? How it was like a page 70 sliders long of audio controls.
Oh, that's
I
what I
do
that's what I
remember
like. Don't,
that.
dude. That's
Why do I remember that?
dude. You could make toggle porn. Just
Toggle porn.
yeah, just.
I think that the red dot was perfect the way it was. Prove me wrong.
No, it was not.
I agree.
I
would
because-
like- the red dot
because-
actually made Eve playable.
I
Because
don't
the
know
point-
why.
The
go
point
ahead.
of the red dot was to let you know that something was in your inventory. It was a visual indicator that you had something new in your inventory. And the only way to get rid of it was to open your inventory. So if Manic Velocity is out exploring and he sends out his probes and he does his exploring, he finds a relic site, he hacks the cannon, it's empty, just like it was on Rainstream, and I told her it was going to be empty, and it turned out being empty, and it was funny as fuck. Then I recall my probes. I get a stupid little notification that, hey, I have a new item in my inventory. I already know that.
Valuable notification
I
that
do
your
not.
probes have returned to their
I-
place and they're safe.
You know what? I don't even need the notification because I know that whether I go through a wormhole, if I recall them myself, whatever I do next, my probes are going to be automatically recalled anyway.
You remember back
Hmm.
whenever probes would not automatically recall?
I do
do.
remember that.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
you
lost
could actually leave them.
plenty of
Yeah.
probes. Lost plenty.
I
of
remember
probes
that
way.
was actually a quality of life change, wasn't it? When you jump through a gate, it automatically recalls
Yeah.
all your drones and puts them in
I
your.
was pretty happy with it.
Hot
I was
damn.
not gonna lie.
So
But
that
yeah, so in this case, I don't need to know that my own probes were recalled to my inventory. I already know that it happened just by playing the game. I don't and in order the only way to get rid of that notification was to open up my inventory and then close it again. So it added steps to get rid of something that I didn't need.
Was your red dot like covering your entire screen? Because mine's like really small.
My
down in the corner.
the whole screen was red dots. I don't know. The whole screen was red dots.
Well, see, I
couldn't
get
see
it. If it was like that,
anything.
I'd be pissed too. Yeah.
I couldn't see the
Mine was a
game.
little
show
cute
for
It
that
was
one
just
down
it
in
was
the corner.
red
Whereas
dots
the show went
everywhere,
on,
and I
there was
would
more and
wake
more
up
red
in the middle
dots
of
or
the night
something.
screaming. And just see red dots everywhere.
So I wasn't a huge fan. I mean, I don't think I was on the level of everyone else who was like, I hate the red dot, death to the red dot. It's like, I found it mildly annoying. But I mean, it's just, it was the same thing with like Discord. When I look into Discord, it's like 87 new notifications in the last hour.
And
I
they're all
guarantee
to
70 of those
everyone.
are like fleet
Can't find
pings
a
from
single one of
Vince
them,
because
yeah.
the dude he's like, oh, going out on a fleet, better ping 50 times to make sure people know that there's a fleet.
How
like-
else would you know there's a fleet?
I don't know, but I miss a lot of other stuff 'cause I'm like,
the
God.
value of the red dot. I understand the intent behind the red dot. For the vast majority of players, it was unnecessary.
I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever really.
So
noticed
I
it,
just get
honestly.
annoyed when I just constantly
Like
see
when-
like red dots all over the place. I'm like, so I just go. It's like I make it a mission to clear all them out, which is
Because
why I
we've
miss a
been
lot of important
conditioned.
pings on
Because-
Discord.
if you
because-
don't
because
clear
of
it
these
out, it never
stupid
changes. You
fucking
don't
things.
worry
Every
about it.
fucking
Yeah.
app on this little rectangle in my pocket has red dots on it.
Yeah,
And I have to go
I hate
into
it.
each app to clear out the red
Yeah,
dots.
and you'll
So then
spend
I
like
get 'em in
a
my
minute
video
clearing
game,
them all
it's
out, and then
fucking
you're like,
annoying. Yeah.
oh, you
many,
get the satisfaction of like no more red dots, and like 5 minutes later they're all
How
over.
many
there.
unread emails
to
do you
want
have?
to rid ourselves of red dots.
Yeah.
How many unread emails do you have?
197.
Oh, I don't even read my email.
Oh, y'all are the worst.
I read
I was
my
looking
email
at
like
someone's
once a
phone
year.
today, and somebody showed me a meme on their phone, and that had a picture of their emails in the screenshot, and it said like 10,050. I'm like,
My-
oh, you make
my
me physically
wife-
sick.
Yeah, my wife has like 3,000 unread emails in her phone. It
You know
drives
what
me
this
nuts.
whole red dot thing reminds me of? Do you remember whenever they made the switch from into using the captain's quarters and it was mandatory? So either you had to use the captain's quarters, which if you had a bad PC, it didn't run very well, or you had to look at the door.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Even
the,
if you had
the
a good
door,
PC, it didn't run that very. It didn't run very well.
All right.
the door.
The door.
I would like to
That-
drink once
See,
to my
you know,
favorite module.
seriously, I never
I
chose not to do the captain's quarters. I didn't know you saw a door. I didn't.
Yeah,
see
It-
it.
it
there
was
was
just
a door.
single
Back
image
to
of
the
a door.
consideration
Yeah.
of it.
Well,
I wish I
because
would've
that
done
was-
that
introduced
now.
walking in
that was a
stations,
lot
yeah.
of the that was a lot of
Just
the
one door.
contention that people had, is that you couldn't go back to ship spinning because ship spinning is a thing. For
Yep.
some reason, people love looking at their ship and spinning it around.
I
And the
do.
first iteration of Captain's Quarters, you weren't allowed to do that anymore.
I started playing the game when the new iteration was already in place, but yeah, I remember I was very new in the game, and I think it was the first corporation I joined, and I was on comms with them, and I was walking around the captain's quarters, and I was asking them because I was like, I keep seeing this door. How do I get this open? I was assuming it's like a closed closet, but I was just like, I just want to open it. I was like, how do I open it? And they all just started laughing. And I was like, why is that
You
so
don't.
funny?
You're stuck in
It
your
never
apartment.
opened.
Yeah, that was the thing. I guess they just thought it was funny because everyone asked that when they first started playing the game. They're like, how do I
Yeah,
open this
how do I
door?
open the door?
And a small few of us
To-
really.
And they're like,
really
you
wanted to
can't.
do
I'm like, then
credit.
why is there a door there? And then, yeah, they're like, yep.
There used to be a pop-up on it that would say "coming soon" or some like
That-
feature not
that was-
available.
That was if you walked your character over to the door, to the physical door, and you
Yeah.
tried to open it, you would get a little error saying the door is locked. Station.
Did you see what
the
Darwin said?
station. Well,
You didn't
they-
ever go over sit
What?
down on the
Dar-
couch.
Darwin
once
is
pitched-
Darwin is saying I once
pitched the
pitched.
idea that the door could open and just dump you into space, and bam, new clone
Oh,
Yeah, that would
would've
be
been
great
Darwin.
because
That
the
would've been
self-destruct
fucking great.
clone inside the that would have been
inside the
perfect.
station. Yeah.
Although that was
Didn't-
back in the
didn't
days when
fly.
you had to like re-up
Upgrade
your
your
clone. You had to
clones,
pay to upgrade
Oh,
your
that
clone.
would've
If
been
you forgot to,
yeah.
that would be a
I
really
missed
unfortunate door
I
opening.
missed the medical clone.
I-
Look, any
I
idea
do
how
not-
many
minority.
I
times
do not
I've
miss
trained
medical
FC5 on Blazing?
I should bring it back. I liked it.
4 times I've trained FC5.
I lost
it's
Battle
still
Cruiser.
level 4.
I lost
refuse to
Battle
retrain
Cruiser
it.
5 and Destroyer, or no, Battle Cruiser 5. I lost. I think that was it. I think I lost that twice, but I was able to train it back up before they split it into the racial factions.
Oh, I lost lots of things, yeah, but I still liked it.
Medical
I'm gonna do
clones
another
was the
shot.
worst.
Good way to fucking take this guy out of the game.
I want to take a
Shots,
drink
shots,
because
shots.
it'll be gone before the next open comms. I would like to say goodbye to the Target Spectrum Breaker as we know it. It's one of my all-time favorite armor battleship mods
Hmm.
for comps way back when, because it's super toxic, and now it becomes the something about signature that I don't really care
Oh,
about.
that's the module that just breaks everyone's target that are locking
Yes.
you.
So the more
And it-
people that had you locked, the higher the chance that it breaks everybody's lock, and it was fantastic
Oh, nice.
because it breaks your Logi's lock too. And armor reps already land on the backside.
Oh.
I loved it.
Oh,
Loved it.
that's fucking awful.
It's fantastic. It was the best. It was literally chaos in a module. It was
That,
fantastic.
that sounds like such a meme module.
Yeah.
So the idea was under
Did-
triage, right? Because triage has like a really, really high, or it had an
Triage did.
ECM immunity at the time. If you were in triage, it wouldn't break your lock. So under triage, it was fantastic. But then they changed it so it just has a high resistance, and it would still break your lock. I love it. It was
So
fantastic.
that was the change. I remember them changing it, so they changed it to a high resistance instead of just being automatic.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew that it was a change.
Because
Yeah,
right now the triage mod gives you 100% resistance to jams, but the way jams work, there's still a chance you can get jammed. I think.
Mm.
I don't know. Math is hard, but
Well, it doesn't
I-
count as
I
a jam though. It's just a target lock break. It's not a jam.
right. But like
So-
I'm talking about traditional ECM too. Now
Mm.
soon it's not gonna matter because the TSB is going away. But I loved it. Well, it's not going away. It's going to a new home. She's getting a makeover. But
Hmm.
I will always remember the good times fighting snuffed out and psychotic tendencies in armor mechs and hitting the button and jamming my entire Logi wing out.
But they loved it too.
No, they did not, because you were cap chaining and it breaks all your locks.
Oh yeah.
Be right
So I'm pretty sure if someone had that, and I knew that they used it and it did something like that, I would just be like, they don't get reps anymore.
The idea is it breaks everybody's lock. So if they're about to shoot you, they have to relock you, and your Logi can lock you faster. But it never worked that way.
Yeah.
That was in the same idea tier as scram chaining. You know what scram chaining is?
Nope.
It was right after Boosters came out, and everybody's grand idea to fight Booshing was to scram each other in a chain, and it was so stupid.
Oh. Now I know
it was
it is.
so dumb.
That's oh my god, that's kind of
That's
smart.
it's like
It's
a
not,
like a
though,
cap chain
Because you
for
want
the
to know what you
entire
can't
fleet,
do
but
if everybody's
scrams.
scrammed? Warp the fuck away.
I like the thought of it though. I mean,
It's so dumb. I'm
It's
telling you.
like I like I like
we
the
joined
idea
Shadow
of it,
Cartel's
yeah.
fleet one time, and they had a tool that would run, and it was like, "This is your scram chain partner." I'm like, "Excuse me, my what?" Thought this was for capitals, not fucking fleet
You
mates.
should have just been like,
Stupid.
just convo the guy you're supposed to scram chain. Be like, hey, just between you and me, I'm not scramming you. You're getting boosted, bro.
Because what they would do is like, whenever boosting was super new, people would just warp like 5 or 10 of them on you, and then all spool at once, and you just scatter everything. But the fucking random idea that somebody had was the scram chain, and it was so dumb.
How many people? Yeah, like I was saying, what Darwin said. How many people accidentally hit the wrong button and started shooting their
A lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I bet there's a lot of friendly fire.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
That
not
was
great.
that was back in the time where goons were doing the Viceroy thing, and we were fighting.
Oh, yeah.
We were fighting Snuffed and Tissue, and then goons are like, "Oh, everybody in Lowsec will pay us a tithe for existing," and then we're like,
That was-
I don't know about that." So,
That
but
was
yeah,
either
scram chaining.
in CO2 about to go to Bastion or had just got into Bastion around that time.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of all the dumb meta things that I've ever had to take part in.
I like Rain's idea of a video explaining failed meta changes.
Yeah.
That would be
that'd be good.
really interesting. Yeah, if somebody could like go dive deep into the mechanics of like why these things didn't work, that would be super interesting.
Matterall would be perfect for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scram
Elite
chaining.
Kamikaze, thanks for the sub.
Well, with web chaining, it wouldn't work because we were in Max, which it defeats the entire purpose of being in a Mechariel in the first place. But it was real dumb. It was because like not only that is you would hit the scram button and your logs would fill with everybody in the fleet getting scrammed because the chain started. And we had TSBs too.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. And we had target spectrum breakers, so you just break the chain anyway. It's dumb. It was really, really dumb.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. Fantastic times. But But yeah, target spectrum breaker's going away. I feel sad about that.
Yeah, rip on that one. Now the one they first list here though, unless you got wait, did you have something else to go on the?
I would just say it's official. I'm getting a fucking mini fridge for this area because I'm sick of going upstairs.
It's gonna fit in that
I'm
cabin.
gonna do
That
that
looks like a
tomorrow.
tight cabin there.
Yeah.
Boy.
The
Mini fridge gang.
dude,
Mini
I
fridge,
kind
mini
of want a
fridge,
mini
mini
fridge.
fridge,
I have
mini
to run all the way downstairs, but I guess it's probably healthier to have to run up and downstairs.
No, see, now you
Once
made
in
me
a
feel
while.
bad, but I'm still doing it.
I want a micro fridge that can only hold like 2
One-
cans.
Just
You laugh, but I have one. For
You have
my-
a micro fridge
it's
that
for
only
the- for
holds
the
2
van.
cans?
dude,
No, it holds 4.
I want
It's,
to.
just, it's a little teeny tiny refrigerator. Yeah.
You watched that Willy's Wonderland movie, man? I
Maybe
saw it.
6.
Yeah.
I saw it the same night, but I was at my sister's house and we watched it there. And man, I want some of that punch. Was it Punch Fuel
Whatever. I don't even
or
remember.
Punch Pop? It was Punch Pop.
Punch Pop. I think it was Punch Fuel.
It was just Punch. It just said Punch, but it said like
The energy
Punch
drink.
Pop
he was,
at the top.
energy drink.
I couldn't tell if it was an energy
quote,
drink or
unquote.
like liquid
No, it was
cocaine because
beer.
when he was playing pinball, he was like
He was coked out.
he was really coked out. And I was like, I don't know if that's just
He's
you know,
like
Nick
dancing
Cage
to
on
music
set
that's
and they,
not
like,
playing.
yeah. I was like that might have just been Nick Cage and they didn't have time to
That,
do
that was
like,
just Nick Cage
reshoots,
being
but
Nick
yeah.
Cage.
Yeah,
He
it
was
meant
he
to
was
say that.
actually they weren't even rolling. Nick Cage was just playing the pinball machine and he started doing really weird shit and the camera guy was like, get it, film him.
Yeah, there's probably a guy
Probably.
that follows him around with a camera just in case.
Yeah.
yeah, the
Just capture the weird shit he does.
That's the weird shit he does because there might be just probably a lot.
he's
of it.
supposed
Nicolas
to be
Cage is a
Oh.
no pun intended. Nicolas Cage is a national treasure.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody
You-
says.
you know
I
what?
love
He's
it.
great.
I love it.
that
love
man
Hell
is
yes.
a delight.
You know what I'm looking forward to? It's in pre-production right now, but he's already approved for the role. They're going to make a TV miniseries about Joe Exotic, and he's going to play Joe Exotic.
Oh yes.
Sold.
Yeah. So Nick Cage, Joe Exotic, Nick Exotic.
I can see him with the hair.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh God,
It's
I've got
gonna
it in
be
my
s-
head. It's
It's
beautiful.
gonna be so good. Like whoever did the casting on that, give him a bonus. but yeah. So the first change they list on here I like a lot is multiple jump clones and stations. Or
Yes.
that's
So-
gonna be nice.
It was a channel. I don't remember which one I sit in that he said it, but Big Bill the Boss mentioned that in the past, apparently, what was stopping this, and this is somebody else's words, so if I'm 100% wrong, it's okay. That this couldn't be accomplished because of POS code or something, or legacy code. And
I think that's a meme.
yeah, well, it's Big Bill the Boss. So if I got memed on live TV, I'm gonna hate myself a little bit more than I
It
already do.
happens.
But
Everything's ever been a problem in Eve is because of passcode.
yeah,
That's-
well, I mean, just legacy code in general. If they somehow found a way to get around legacy code to have multiple clones in station, then that's really cool. I bet that opens up a lot
I
of.
think it's great too. I'm in agreement. I think it's a great change.
Well, I feel like there's a lot.
Because I fuck up my clones all the
I
time.
think they've mostly circumvented all of the legacy code because there was a lot of things that they
Yeah.
said they could never do because of that coding.
The-
that now, like the character
the switch,
change.
switch character button.
Lol,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, the switch characters without having to close the whole client. Like you can do that now, and that was something they said you'll never be able to do because of the legacy code. So,
I got memed by Big Bill the Boss on live
Yes,
TV.
you did on live
yeah.
TV.
So I think most of the legacy code is gone and circumvented for the most part because pauses are going to be. They already completely removed them, right?
No, they're still
I
in.
hope not.
Pauses are still a thing.
They're going to remove them. I don't remember what the date was, but
I-
when they removed them, that
I
the,
think-
the
I
legacy
think
code
the
I
is
think
plan
ripped
half
was-
of what
out.
Darwin just said is correct. I think you might be that complicated.
Eve is not that complicated in turn. He's like, yeah, if they can only see the actual engine file, it's like 2 pages of like QBasic code or something.
I like
It's,
your funny
it's
words, Magic Man.
Stackless Python, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't think anyone
don't-
uses QBasic anymore. Not in the last
He's
30
gonna get
years.
voted off the island.
I would be
That's
impressed
fucking great.
if Eve was built on QBasic.
That'd be pretty decent.
I don't know anything that y'all are saying right now.
So Darwin, hold on. Darwin, are you saying that passcode? And I understand passcode, air quotes. It's kind of a nebulous catch-all for
Legacy old
bad
code.
code that was written years ago. Are you saying that passcode is no longer a problem for Eve's development?
I thought that was, for some reason, I remember that not being a
Because-
problem because that's what brought the 64-bit client
Well-
to be
well,
possible.
I know it was a problem at one point because I've heard it straight from developers' mouths and not like actual people who work in the code. I've heard them
It'd
talk
be
about
crazy if they tried to
passcode.
deflect some way though that their incompetence. Was,
So
somebody else's
and
fault.
it's always and again I've heard from multiple developers that the plan always was that when passcode was completely eliminated from the code base, they were going to print it all out on a huge, stack of paper and give it an actual Viking funeral where they'd put it in a boat and push it out into the water and send flaming arrows into it and burn it.
All right, hold on,
So-
but I'm at that
but
fan fest.
but if that hasn't happened yet, which I haven't seen any tweets or videos from CCP about them giving passcode a Viking funeral, until I see that, I'm gonna believe that passcode is still in there.
They could toss something in the volcano. That'd be even better.
well, Posters are
Toss it
still in
into
the
the
Bro.
volcano. Fuck yeah!
That'd be
Fly
great.
over in a helicopter and just drop it out the window.
We'll just put on one of those suits.
Yeah.
The lava suit. and
The
just go-
lava
You
suit,
still
yeah.
gotta stay a long ways away from the lava
Just
with
wrap
those
yourself.
suits.
Just
No, I
wrap
don't. They
yourself
have,
in
like, a little
tinfoil.
fork.
I don't think you can go
Fine.
swimming in lava
I'm
lava
not
suit. I
saying
don't think that's a
swim in
thing.
it. I'm just saying get close enough to drop a balled up piece of paper.
The ball of piece of paper would ignite in their hand before they even got close.
You don't have
enough,
to do
though.
a can. I know.
I wanted to go
I
swimming in
saw.
lava, though.
What
That'd
was
be
that
fucking
awful
awesome,
B
wouldn't it?
movie, the disaster movie where the volcano erupted in the middle of Los Angeles?
Oh, I think it was called Los
Dante's
Angeles.
Inferno.
No, it's just called Los Angeles.
It wasn't Dante's Inferno. I think it was either Los
It's
Angeles
just
or
called LA.
Volcano.
I think it was just
Escape
called
from
LA.
New York.
Volcano.
Escape
It was
from
Volcano.
New
Remember that
York.
dude
wasn't it?
tried to jump
No, it's a
over the
great
lava
movie.
There's
and he
things to
melted.
do in Denver when you're
When you're
dead.
dead.
Yeah, I saw that. I forget most of that movie, but yeah,
Volcano was an amazingly stupid movie.
I find it's been something in recent movies that is, I don't know. I tend to be a bit more of a stickler, even on like sci-fi movies. I'm like, oh well, technically, but it's like, okay, you gotta allow dramatization. But a lot of movies lately have come out where people are just standing right next to lava or standing on something that's on lava, and they're fine. Like, look at the Hobbit movies where the guys are riding down a chute
think
of
that's fiction.
I know, but they're riding down a chute of molten metal on a
Just
metal
shut
shield,
up
just
and eat
holding it
your
with their
popcorn, Brayden.
hands.
Just put the fucking popcorn in your mouth, you dumb consumer idiot.
And then you
I
have
think
like
Ray,
I love
think
the
we- I
Mandalorian,
think
but
we
the
don't know
Mandalorian
as
they're
much
on that
about
like little
volcanoes
like
because of the 90s and early.
they're on the
2000s shitty
Venetian like
movies.
rowboat down the molten metal thing, and it's like they would all be incinerated.
No, no, it's
you
okay,
have
the
to,
boat's
you
got
have to
special
give Star
coating.
Wars a pass because anything
coating.
goes in that universe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
space
Are
magic.
you talking
so,
about Revenge
yes.
of the Sith? Where they're not Revenge of the Sith.
No, like the Mandalorian, the
What's
season 2.
Oh, Mandalorian.
when
I thought you were
the
talking about that
Revenge of the
scene
Sith
where,
too,
where
dude. It
Anakin
was
and
in
Obi-Wan
there.
are fighting on the.
Oh
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
lava.
yeah. They're standing like 3
Oh,
inches
yeah.
above lava, just fighting on little like
They're
floating.
Yeah,
rocks.
but there's a
they're
force
using
field
the
on
Force to
on the
protect
little
themselves.
platforms.
No,
You
those
can
are
see
just
it.
using the
anti-grav things to hover them above the lava. But the
Guys,
heat, the ambient heat.
so Obi-Wan and Anakin, they were using Force Bubble, which acts as a protective shield when they're standing,
Oh my
specifically
God.
when they're standing near lava.
That's, you know what, that
Oh my
actually.
God.
You know the sad thing, Manic, is you are correct.
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually is a
I
thing. A
pulled
lot of
that out of
times
my
they'll
ass.
put up
Don't
like
tell me that
ambient
that's an
force shields
actual
to
thing.
block
I
stuff. Yeah,
guarantee it is. That sounds perfect. That sounds like a thing.
shots. That's why a lot of
That's,
you see
matter
you
of
see
fact,
the
I'm gonna tell
Jedi.
people
And
that's
the,
canon. Just so
you
know.
see the Jedi and Sith fight. It's like, why don't they just use Force
I got
stuff at each
hypothetical
other?
for
And
you,
they
Dominic,
Force,
after
force
they throw-
lava shield.
It's like they throw things at each other. It's like, why doesn't
like-
Vader just force choke Luke or force
It's-
choke someone?
it's
It's like
like-
because they
it's-
protect themselves with their
It's
force.
like the old 1960s Batman movie when he has bat shark repellent.
Fuck yes.
That's what the Force is. It just
Yeah.
does whatever
And
you
Shark's
want
hanging on
whenever
his
you
leg.
need
And he's
it
on the
to.
helicopter trying to kick it off.
Everything the Force does whatever you need it to in order to make the plot work.
Oh my God.
If I could just reach my can of bat.
Since we're talking,
Shark
since
spray.
Rain put that atrocity in chat, I have a question for you, Dominic. Since you seem to be a Star Wars fan,
Yes.
we got
I
into a
am.
lengthy discussion about furries at work 4
Oh,
days ago. 4 days
God.
ago.
Do I have to put the?
Did somebody show up
Would I
in
have sex with
costume?
an Ewok? Yes. The answer is yes.
No,
Oh, milk it.
What was it, man?
I don't want to live here anymore.
What's the
That
question?
was awful. Do you consider
That's- Oh. I love the transition. I never see that coming.
As Chewbacca, does that make you a furry?
Oh, depends on what you do. If you stand in line for tickets to a movie, probably not. If you do anything else, yes.
I was like, because I was trying to
don't
explain to
even
somebody what a furry was, and I'm like, they dress up in furry characters, and it's not sexual, but it can be sexual. And they're like, so is dressing up like Chewbacca make you a furry? And I'm like, yes.
I think it does, yeah.
And I doubled down. So
Yeah, I think it does, yeah. If dressing up like an Ewok makes you a furry, then dressing up like Chewbacca makes you a furry. So
you heard it here first, folks.
There we go.
Chewbacca's actor
all
is a
those
furry.
all those Star Wars nerds are also sex perverts.
yes,
Wait
we
a
are.
second. Hold
Yes,
on.
we are.
That's where the whole stepsister genre of porn came from. Was Star
Oh,
Wars.
Rain might be
Wait,
correct.
wait,
no,
wait,
no, no.
whoa,
Rain might be correct.
whoa.
If you're
Dressing
getting
up like a
paid,
specific character is cosplay. If you're
Oh,
dressing
yeah,
up
but if
just
you're
as a
getting
Wookiee,
paid,
then it's a furry. If you're dressing up as Chewbacca, it's cosplay.
Mm.
but
Hmm.
wait, so
What
the
if-
guy,
what
the
if-
actor is getting paid to dress up like Chewbacca.
They're
If
all
you're getting
sickos
paid
anyway.
to dress up like something, is that being a furry too, or
What-
is
Makes
that
you a
just
professional
doing stuff
furry.
for
Makes you
Hold
money?
on.
professional
No.
furry.
No. This is the key question. What if you have sex in the Chewbacca costume?
There's
Then
a
you're just
term for
sick.
that. I don't know what the term is, but I know they have their own term for furries who have sex in the
Weird.
costume.
Weird.
Oh, do they? You
Yes,
know what?
its
Chewbacca's
own
got to get
thing.
laid too. Give the guy a break. Yeah, he can get laid.
Yeah, but does the guy dressed
Is
up
he
as
having
Chewbacca
sex
have
with
to get
other-
laid too?
I think so. I
Is
think
he
it's
having
only
sex
fair.
with other Wookiees or is it
Uh,
people?
He's gonna have sex with anything he can because look, he's Chewbacca. So I mean, ugh.
It requires
Welcome to
more
Open
thought.
Comms, where we talk about EVE Online.
Do we?
I was about to say,
and furries. I mean,
we've been on the air for what 50 minutes now and talked about Eve for 3 of them.
yeah,
Seven. I
we
counted
do have
7
to.
minutes.
We do
Give it.
have to.
It's almost 1/10.
This is open comms.
It's
though.
We
it's
haven't
okay.
even got
We've
all the,
we can talk about EVE in the after show. Don't
Yeah,
worry
we
about it.
haven't even got all the
We
quality of
usually
life
do,
stuff.
too,
That was the
sad,
short
yeah.
topic. Burst Jammer module.
Oh god, I love that change.
Okay, this is the next change. Burst Jammer module will disable interdiction notification. So people would put it on interceptors, fly in, burst it, warp off before you could do anything, and they could do it right in the middle of bubbles. Now they'll be
Okay,
interdicted.
so how long does it make you? The interdiction will take.
I
away?
would
How long-
assume like
just while it's
I
in?
would assume the
If
cooldown.
the module is fit.
I was, yeah, it was.
fit, not running, but fit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
that's what I wasn't sure on.
So I would have.
Oh yeah,
there's a
fit.
couple
Yeah, I
of
missed that
different
word. I
ways.
was assuming it would be like the cooldown of the module, but yeah,
Yeah,
fitting.
there's a couple different ways I would have been very I like this change a lot. I think insta warping scepters into burst jam and then warping back out again is ridiculous. That was a ridiculous mechanic to begin with. But the only other feedback I could give is if you let people do it still, but give a counterplay, right? So you're scrammed for the entire cycle or something. I don't know. It's too late now, right? Because they already pushed the changes already then, and a lot of people already dig it. But there's a lot of. The only concern I have heard though is for chemo ships. So like Proteuses and stuff that have smart bombs and ECM burst fit. You can't really use them around bubbles anymore. But that was all.
Is it all ECM burst or just the burst jammer? Because there's
Burst
difference.
jammer.
Okay. Because if there's specific ECM burst, right, then it's.
So
that's not the same
ECM
thing, right?
bursts only come in one flavor. They're not
Oh, do they?
racial
I thought they were
specific.
I thought they were racial specific.
So
Okay.
ECM comes in multiple flavors for each different
I
sensor
thought the
type,
burst did too. I just
but
assumed
burst
it did.
jammers don't know.
Yeah, it does suck for the
Should've
bigger
just-
ships. You're right. Maybe it should just be
removed
the.
burst jammers entirely.
No, I like the
So
I
the
like the
purpose
burst
of
jammers,
it
but I like
is-
this change too. I think this is good, at least a step in the right direction for balancing it.
So I saved my blockade runner with one long time ago because I just
I-
didn't know what else to put in that mid slot. So
I've
put a
done the
burst
same
jammer.
exact thing.
An interceptor or frigate scrammed me on a gate, and I burst jammed it off and warped away. And that guy was very upset. ECM, yeah, ECM is really hit or miss. That is a cat.
That has
Or-
definitely gone the old ping pong. You know, went
So
from
I thought it
one
would
side way too
eventually-
powerful to really kind of shit. Yeah.
I thought eventually they were gonna continue to adjust ECM, or I don't know if this is its final version, or what was the plan, the long term plan with that. But
I think it needs to be looked at again. It's just It went from way too powerful to way too nothing.
So you can't have no tail.
She has no
I don't know,
tail.
dude.
Cheat it?
ECM is pretty strong right now.
ECM is pretty strong. No, I don't think it is.
Have
I
you
never-
ever flown a Kitsune?
Have you ever fought Jam Goose? Because I
I
did.
don't, I don't think
And I
it's as
got my
strong.
ass
It's not anywhere
whooped.
near as strong as it used to be. I'm sorry, I don't. You won't convince me of that.
Well, the
Uh,
most recent changes that were made to it, aside from this ECM burst, was that they made it. Wasn't it that you could only target whatever was ECMing you?
Yep.
But before you
Like
couldn't
that-
even do that.
That is dope.
It's
You
pretty
could,
strong
couldn't
for
you?
the Logi.
No,
I mean against Logi.
you
Really?
couldn't. You
Or
couldn't
no,
target-
you
the only
okay?
thing-
If
I'm
you're
sorry.
jammed,
you're
you're
right.
jammed from everything. It was way more powerful before.
Well,
They
before,
couldn't-
yeah,
no
you
one
were,
could attack-
you were,
yeah.
yeah, you.
The only
It's-
thing
you won't convince
that's-
me is as powerful as it was.
Oh yeah, it's not as powerful as it was, but the only thing that makes that change really it was unfortunate is it kind of broke the way you fly a Widow for Blops, because the Widow still has all of its ECM bonuses, and it's not that thick of a battleship to begin with. So if you jam something, you're already the thinnest battleship, the thinnest Blops on grid. Like if you're trying to fight a carrier, you can just get smoked by a carrier because it can only lock you. So, but yeah, no, Jamgoos are no fun. I don't know if anybody's had the delight of fighting a Jamgoo.
Nope.
You get straight up walloped by them. Because if you have think about it, if you have 25 Tengus that all have jams on them, all you have to do is get a positive jam on half of those, right? And most of your fleet just can't shoot anymore. That's half your damage gone. No fun.
For 2 volleys. All they do is lock the person jamming them and kill them.
You have to, but you can't volley fire you have to volley fire Tengus off because Tengus is the only T3 right now that I know of. Well, Legion's too, kind of, but not really. Tengus still have a hellacious tank, not like Loki's used to. Like the Jamgoo fit I used, I think 3 weeks ago now, is still like 180k EHP under links, which is almost on par with armor T3s used to be.
I see. All right.
So think about
So
it,
you
imagine-
can't
imagine
two-shot
fleet
them. Yeah,
is
it's gonna take a
jammed
fucking
and
hell of a
only-
lot
and
to
you
kill
can
'em,
only
yeah.
link the guy, and you can only lock the guy that's jamming you. You can't kill
Yeah, no, that's
anything.
True. Yeah.
Like you're just screwed. But yeah, it's ECM is in a weird spot. Yeah. Oh, it's Billy. Hi, Billy.
But normally ECM, I don't think is that's a good use of it. But I think the normal use of ECM is definitely not as good as it used to be. And so,
Oh yeah, no. I mean, because the alternative, right, is you fly Jamgoos like you would now, you just couldn't lock anything instead of being able to lock the guy who's jamming you. So, nature finds a way, and people have found a way to make it work, and the applications they use it for, it works. I would just like them to look at the Widow and make it, viable without the ECM, because it just doesn't work in this practicality.
I mean, I agree that they had to make a change. It was just ridiculous before. So, I liked flying ECM before. It was a lot of fun, but.
Because around the time they changed ECM to where you lock back, that was the time where they took all of those, because you used to have that ECCM module for your sensor type, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
that's
could have
when they changed it to
a
sensor booster.
You could have the universal one that had less of a defense, or you could get the specific.
Yeah.
Which
Not
I
that
don't
you would
know.
ever use the universal one because your ship only uses one sensor type.
If you
but...
Oh, is that? Oh, I thought
talking
it was.
about
I thought it defended against a certain type of jammer on you.
ECM, not ECCM.
Well, your ship. So if you're the target of ECM, right? Your ship, like if you're flying a Demos, I don't know why
Right.
I thought about that first. You're
You
only
have the
using.
Galente one, which I forget.
Oh
They-
Jesus, gravimetric, I think is Galente.
Yeah, I think gravimetric.
You only using
There's,
the
like,
one
radar
sensor
and-
type, so you don't need to reinforce any other sensor types. Like if someone's trying to use a radar jammer on you, even though the radar jam strength is
I
like
never
17,
used them.
it
I had
don't
it
matter.
backwards. I didn't know it was reinforcing a specific kind. I thought it was defending against a certain type of jammer. Because if, let's say, you have the gravimetric, and someone uses a radar jammer on you, they can still jam you with that, but it's way less effective.
Yeah, the change.
And I thought the ECCM was like,
Yeah.
this will defend against radar jamming or radar jamming, and so like you had to try and know what type they were going to try and jam you with. So I was like, man, the only reason you'd want the specific one is if you knew what they were flying against you.
right.
Yeah, you could remote ECCM a different ship. You're correct.
But yeah, I just had it backwards. I never tried to defend myself against jams. I was just like, I just hope I don't get jammed. If I do, fuck.
Yeah. So, And
I
it
usually
used
don't,
to
I usually
be
don't live long enough to fucking
the
get
old
jammed, so.
ECCM used to be used to be a lot stronger than the Sensor Booster ECCM script is by a lot, if I remember correctly. Like, so now, if you try to get somebody tries to jam a Guardian, for example, since I actually know what sensor type a Guardian uses, and someone tries to hit you with a radar jam and you're running the ECCM script, it's only like a 22 or 20% chance to actually cycle correctly, compared to back whenever you would run a script, it's down to probably in the teens or
What do you
even
mean
below
cycle
that.
correctly? It literally will cycle the wrong sensor
Right.
type?
So, like, whenever I say cycle correctly, to successfully jam.
Oh, okay.
Um,
All right.
Yeah. So like it'll roll the chance. I mean, you could have a 1% chance to jam, and there's still a chance you can jam somebody out. But
Sure.
the old ones used to be stronger. Was the point of all that? But
I
to
think-
loop all that back around to ECM bursting, a lot of the context that you would use ECM bursting in, the scepters, right, was whenever we in Null we use a lot of shield stuff, which you don't really fit a sensor booster on. So you can't run the ECCM script, which means you're very susceptible to getting ECM bursted. And then you're already getting your lock broken by all these interceptors because they'd warp in 10, 15 at a time. Well, 15 sounds a little bit high, maybe 10 tops. And so you break the lock, and they're already warping off before you can lock them back in their interceptors. So I like it. I dig it a lot. I think it opens up. I'm sure Eve will find a way to find a new broken mechanic, but hey.
I'm just waiting for all the people that didn't get the memo on this and they go warping into bubbles, just get caught in a bubble
can't
with
wait.
yeah.
It's like
It's going to be a high percentage of people. Yeah,
Like-
it is.
It's like that first week right after they changed half the interceptors to not be nullified anymore.
Oh my God, I had a court mate just last week make that mistake because he hadn't been playing, came back, they'd made that change, he didn't know it, and he went out in the wrong type and got caught in a bubble right off the bat.
Like
He was all
travel sceptering
upset.
in a claw or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he was doing. It was everything I had not to laugh at him. She goes, sorry, yeah, you've been away a while, so
Yep.
I
I'm
laughed
just
at him
happy-
anyway.
I didn't die in it, but I warped to a gate in a Crusader and I landed in a bubble. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, oh shit, never mind.
But that was right away, right? That wasn't last week.
But yeah.
I think we all made that mistake at least once.
Yeah.
And then I wish Elby was here to tell me about this mass change for wormholes because I don't know.
Yeah. It looks
I'm
like
like
they're just
wormhole-
going
I'm like
to
really,
allow
really-
larger ships through some of them. Is what
Which
I picked
ones?
up on it. Any class 1 to class 6, like it looks like they are. What was it? I mean, all they really give us is the mass allowed to jump through class 1 through class 6 wormholes has been increased to allow more flexibility for wormhole travel and control. So essentially, they're allowing bigger things to jump through. So hole control, as far closing holes and getting fleets through, will be easier. So
No, that's CCP's direct attempt to help the Imperium escape Delph.
affects
Yeah,
frames.
larger mass of a single ship, but same total mass. See, somebody's tried to explain the
Yeah, so
wormhole
just
change to
letting
me a
bigger
couple
things through.
times, and I'm just like real dumb whenever it comes to this. If it helps them roll wormholes, though, so good.
Yeah,
I'm
that's the thing is, man, I don't know how, because those guys, they'll pull up to a hole and they're just like, oh, we need this much mass to go through to close it. It's like, how do you know? I understand you get the certain breakpoints of like it'll say this description which gives you this range of, but how do you know, like, what if it's on the lower end of that range and you're almost tipping into the range below it and you don't know that there's already been a handful of ships have gone through it,
You
and then
can
you
tell
go to
that
close
by
it, like
how much
like
he's wobbling and crap. It tells you.
well, yeah, but I'm just wondering, like, do they ever, has wormholers ever been like, oh yeah, let's close this hole, and they jumped like back in the day, jumped the dreadnought through and accidentally close it before they get their dreadnought back in,
Yes.
and now they just have a
All
dread
the
sitting out in
time.
space with no hole to go to. I mean, I don't
Tell
know.
me
Well-
you don't play in wormhole space without telling me you don't play in wormhole space.
That's
I've never
basically
understood it. It's all I know is it helps me take fleet from drones to somewhere that's not drones. So if it makes the wormholers' life a little bit easier in the spirit of quality of life changes, cool.
yeah.
I am glad.
I think that was because when they did reduce a bunch of the mass and stuff, I know there's a lot of wormhole people that were very upset about that. So this is probably them scaling back on that change.
I don't know if you were you reading out of the show notes channel? Because they had another note on here. It says, note this is just a single transfer mass limit, not the total mass of the hull. With the goal of making rolling a little bit easier, high class hulls are being given additional restrictions to bar super cap. Okay. So
Yeah.
it sounds like it's literally tailored so you can.
Yeah. So it's not going to allow more mass overall. Yeah, it's just it allows larger massed ships to go through. So
At once.
at once.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Maybe.
so there could have been like mass restriction, like
Cool.
no, you can't jump a ship through if it has over this much mass, and maybe you have like a ship that couldn't fit through there if it was armor tanked. I don't know. I don't know what.
Hey, as long as someone who's
break
smarter
points.
than me about wormholes is actually happy about the streams, I haven't heard any complaints on Reddit yet. So I mean,
Yeah.
some must be okay because they
I think
complain
the
about everything.
wormholers. I think the wormholers are just trying to be as quiet as possible before they get some more collateral damage.
I heard TD Sin was going back to wormholes.
That's interesting.
They put up this big post in the Init Discord saying how they're departing. I don't know where they're going, but I imagine it's wormholes. Kind of nifty.
Who was it? I'm sorry, miss.
The Dark Space Initiative, I believe, is TD Sin.
Nice.
Somebody will correct me, I'm
Exuki's
sure.
group, right?
Huh? Yes, Exuki's group. Yep.
That's all the QOL stuff. So that it only took us an hour and 5 minutes to get to the early stuff.
But think of all the
We talk about
learned
Eve
along
stuff
the
already?
way.
Shit.
Yeah, we did learn a lot of things tonight. Some things I would have been okay not learning, but
Could have lived my entire life
I
without learning a lot of
learned-
it.
I learned that you can wear a Chewbacca costume and fuck whoever you want, and it doesn't have to be weird.
you know what?
Yeah. No,
I
that's
think you're
correct.
paraphrasing
If that's the
a lot.
takeaway you got from
That-
that,
I'm-
that
that's
is
a good paraphrase, though.
yeah.
I don't think
I'll
that
drink
was
to
a
that.
lesson.
Why not?
Like,
To
You
the
need to-
Bacchus
I
of the world.
The more you know
Chewbacca's.
sound effect. Do 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 do.
Man, I almost went weeb there for a second. I meant the Chewbacca's.
What?
Huh?
Boo.
What did you
I
just
heard
say
that.
about Chewbacca?
Boo to you. Boo
No.
this man.
I didn't hear the joke. I want to
I
hear the
meant
bad
to.
joke.
Well, I was just saying. Yeah, I'll drink to
Ooh,
the
Bunny, don't
to
be
the
so
Bacchus of the
Chewbacca.
world. I was like, wait a second, hold on. I went weeb there. meant
I
the
have rights to
Chewbacca's.
purge you from this fucking team speak. I
I
will
still
get to
didn't
you.
hear the bad joke because other people were talking.
Sorry.
I just said
Say
to,
it for
to-
a third time, Drayden.
Bunny's gonna kick me.
Now that it's
Not
it's
you.
totally
Red line.
lost, the moment is
Yeah,
past.
it's now it's just gonna sound bad. Yeah, no, I was saying to the Bacchus of the world. I meant Chewbacca's. That's what I
Oh
was
my
saying.
god!
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
that was not intentional.
I'm
That
gonna
Exactly.
kick you. I'm gonna kick you
Exactly.
right now. How
was
do I
an
kick Drayden
accidental
from the
weeb
team
slip.
speak?
Don't worry about me.
I don't think we can. I
Do you
think
know
he
what we
has
need? We all
literal
need those
goggles.
Chewbacca's masks.
Yeah,
that
you
last
see the
in tank.
crown?
Made that
Oh,
sound.
I can. Click client from server. Okay, noted for later.
I don't
I don't know
think-
why I have those rules, but that's not a good idea.
Yeah,
What's
see, I got
that
the
Iggy
crown.
Azalea
thing.
song, "Heavy Crown."
Maybe.
It's a good song. I
Want me to
like
prove I
Iggy
can move
Azalea.
you? Here, I'll move you just for the sake of.
Yeah, try it.
Oh,
I don't think it'll let you.
insufficient permissions. Why?
Yeah,
did you give me
see,
the
I
pop-up
set it to
then?
where you got no one has the permissions to,
It's a
to
tease,
move me.
Bunny.
I'll
He just
move.
likes
I'll
to tease.
move. I moved Redline to sate my bloodlust.
There you go. Yeah, he's got the guest tag.
Sorry, Redline. I couldn't move Drayden, so I had to move somebody to abuse my power, or whatever Omeka said I did.
abos.
I think we got through most stuff.
Well, we got the Eve Anywhere, or Eve Everywhere.
I did go on 3 Redline / Archer fleets last week, though. So good job.
Stop
Redline.
it.
Appreciate that very much.
End
Red
this
Archer.
meme or end my existence. Pick one.
He even made Dave Archer come on. Well, he doubled his client, so he would come on to Trash Talk Tuesday as 2 people.
Oh, damn.
Maybe Dave
This
Archer is
isn't
the friends we
fair.
made along the way.
This isn't fair to me or my family. The amount of letters I'm receiving from the Imperium currently. Dave Archer, please save me. I can't save you. I'm not Dave Archer. And judging on his FC ability, neither can he.
Oofda. Ooga chocolate.
All right.
Oh man,
All right. Before we get to the Eve
I
Anywhere,
can't stop this feeling
that's my fault. I did that.
deep inside of me. Sorry. Okay,
no, go
let's
for
keep going.
it. Okay. No, so we'll get into the Eve Everywhere, Eve Anywhere. Man, I keep wanting to say everywhere.
I think that's a better word for it.
It could be everywhere. It could be anywhere though.
Could be
No,
anywhere.
it's everywhere is not a great one because it would have to be everywhere at the same time to actually qualify
yeah,
as
everywhere implies
Anywhere
like
is anywhere.
simultaneous, meaning you can connect to Eve from anywhere,
But you should do it everywhere.
Yeah.
but it can't be done everywhere. We'd have 7.6
Everywhere?
billion
We could
people in
try.
Eve, and that would be a miserable experience.
It doesn't have to be everywhere
You
all at the
think-
same time.
You think Jita is bad now?
Imagine everywhere is Jita times 1,000.
That'd be fun.
I'm waiting for
Okay.
the Eve stock market where you can buy shares and.
Oh yeah.
I wish that would have been a thing.
That was.
Will they have
Gonna-
Doge on there?
I
I
had to
saw,
believe they were
I
gonna do
saw
that,
a
right?
tweet. Yeah, I saw
Fedo
a
coin.
tweet from
They gotta have
Hilmar
Fedo coin.
saying that
Fedo
Fedo coin. Oh
Yeah,
god,
we gotta have
I'm
Fedo
investing.
coin.
I'm investing. Yeah, I
Eve
saw
stonks.
a tweet from
To the moon.
what's his name? Hilmar.
Hilmar.
Oh.
I saw a tweet from Hilmar saying that originally, like way back in the day, there was a plan for Eve to have an actual stock market, and you
That's what I
could
thought, yeah.
invest in corporations and buy. You can still buy shares, but they don't do anything. But yeah, it was in the planning stages at one point. I think it would be
I mean,
super
it'd
interesting. It'd be fun.
Stocks would
An
be
amazing,
interesting.
different kind of PvP.
that
It'd
sounds
be
like
fucking awesome.
that sounds like it's rife for abuse. Imagine crashing like
Oh,
Goon
something
Wasp
ripe for
stock.
abuse in Eve
Yeah,
Online.
that would be the weird thing though.
Isn't
Is
that Eve Online?
what would you be investing in? Because you'd have to have
PL
stocks
would have a
be worth.
certain price. Their
I mean,
stocks are
obviously, yeah, the
worth
corporations
when
have shares,
Goons
but
would have
what
a
would-
price that they'd be worth. Yeah. I see,
But,
totally
but
see it.
why
A
why would their
corporation's
stocks go
value-
up?
A corporation's value could be tied to solve mechanics in some way. I don't know.
Because in
Corp
the
wallet.
real world,
I mean, there's
the
lots of
stocks are
things,
worth
yeah.
something, right? Because that makes you a partial.
You're a
These
partial
are all
owner
owner
of
in
the
the
These would
company,
all be
yeah.
futures, right? These are all futures.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, like, in this
Oh, yeah.
game, people
Oh,
don't have like you can. It doesn't
dividends.
matter if someone had 1,000. Well, I guess if you could give them in-game options, but it's not like you have to appeal to your investor base in the game. You can run your alliance however you want, regardless of how much they've
they call
invested.
for
in it.
votes.
So
They can
remind
call
me
for
really
votes.
quick. Educate me
Yes.
really quick. What is dividends? Is that just posting your earnings for the quarter?
Yeah,
or
dividends
something
is like how much you've made off of a stock.
I'm just thinking the possibility for the
Or
intelligence
capital
gathering,
gains is how
right?
much you've made. Dividends
So, like,
is
If you, so say for example, like you invest in a Sovno corporation, and you could see, and they had to post, like with with publicly traded
Okay.
companies, they have to post their earnings, right, to shareholders and all that shit.
okay. Yeah. Right,
So
yeah.
imagine
So
like you like, oh, this corp is a null, but wait, their earnings aren't anything. Why are their earnings not anything? And it's because it turns out because the corp is bloated with alts or something like that. Imagine how much intel you could glean from that. Glean, whatever. You know what I mean?
yeah. So everyone in the chat is. Yeah, I obviously don't know
We
what
all
it's
knew
to.
it.
And
We-
dividends
we
are
were
like
saying
dividends are
Answered
what the
12
corp.
different times.
Yeah, dividends are what the company
What
pays
are
out to
dividends
their
again? Could
shareholders.
you all explain that one more time?
Can the chat please explain what dividends are
Yeah,
again
can
one
you
more
guys-
time, just
can-
for
if-
good
stand up?
measure? Holy
Yeah.
shit,
If
guys,
anyone
chill
can,
out.
if anyone can Google dividends and get back to me on what
Post
it
that
means.
for us, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, still-
Why don't I know this?
I have
what's
an
wild
We're
is-
invest-
not fucking
I thi-
accounting nerds.
I
I
have-
turned
yeah.
30
Actually,
this
we were
year,
kidding.
and the things that I should probably know about the world is so. I did find someone today that did not know how the electoral college or voting in the United States works.
See, I,
Well, that's
I at
interesting.
least know that.
They
Kind of.
assumed in like
Kind
Were
of.
they
I
were-
I
were they-
learned from not Hooked on Phonics. Oh, what was the cartoon with the songs about stuff?
Conjunction Junction.
Conjunction
Schoolhouse
Junction.
Rocks. Yeah.
What is Schoolhouse? Yeah, Schoolhouse. Whatever you said.
Schoolhouse Rocks.
Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rocks.
I'm just
He-
a bill.
like with the Schoolhouse Rocks level knowledge
I'm
of
just
our
a
political
bill.
system. He's like, oh, if I vote for XYZ candidate, that means it goes into a pool of votes for this candidate, and they
Thanks,
count
Howard.
all the votes, and that's how that person gets elected. I'm like, oh, honey, oh, sweetie, that is not how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was this
You
a
can't
U.S. resident?
Yeah,
Of
but
I can
course it was.
understand. I can understand somebody not,
Yep.
I would go out on a
non-native,
limb and say
not really
70% of
understanding.
people in America don't know how the electoral college works.
No.
Yeah.
70%.
I don't know how
least.
stocks really work either because
But do you know how electoral college works? I bet
Because I
70% of the
don't
population
invest.
in the United States does
I
not know how it
I
works.
understand the electoral college better than I understand the stock market.
yes, by far.
do
And
too,
I don't
yeah.
even understand.
All
I
know
mean,
about
I understand the
stock
basics of the
market
electoral
is
college, but
GME to
the
the moon.
nitty gritty of it down to like county
Yeah,
level and
GME
all
to the
that
moon.
stuff. Not
That's all I
really.
need to know.
Let's get my 2 shares up there, baby.
Yeah. All I know.
Donks.
Well, because
Literally,
I mean, I took an
if I
econ
could
class in high
describe the
school, and I
first
didn't pay
3
attention much in
months of
that, and I
2021,
never.
It's
took,
the
that's it.
stonks emoji.
Yeah,
or the
all I know
stonks
is all I know about stonks is that if you were invested in GameStop a while back, you did well.
I just
If
just
you
do
got on
what
the
Reddit
Bitcoin-
tells me when it comes
If
to
you got on board with the
investing.
Bitcoin a while back, you're doing well.
I do what my wife tells me.
Stonks.
Does the
Stonks.
electoral college pay dividends?
Yeah, do they?
To lobbyists.
It should. That's a
lobbyist.
fucking good idea.
Yeah, that should like.
Hell
The
yeah.
American election
fucking
system
invested a lot in that
is a
shit.
sad and broken thing that people. I wish people actually knew. I wish there was like a mandatory video you had to watch
It should be
before you could register to
required
vote.
learning. It should be required learning. It really should.
Because I guarantee you, people would not be okay with it working the way it is.
Yeah, it could just be like people handing out the ballot in the voting places. Like, now do you know how this works? And they're like,
Doesn't this just go in a big box with all
Just
the other people who
take
like
it
this
back.
guy?
Like, you don't get this.
Well,
Let's just draw
I wish-
straws.
and it's
Shortest
a mix
straw
of
doesn't get
other-
to be president.
yeah, it's just a mix of all sorts of societal
say
issues.
just
But I'm
put
just
him
it
in a
makes me
UFC
sad,
cage.
right? Because I guarantee you, not only do people not know the whole electoral college thing, I guarantee you most people don't know what gerrymandering is.
Holy fuck! It's such a problem here in Utah. Fuck,
gerrymandering.
it pisses me off.
I don't think they.
Pisses
And
me
the weirdest part
off.
about it is, if you look at a map of congressional districts in a state, and you see some fucking squiggly line through a state, and you're like, oh, that looks right. Like, what do you mean that looks right?
If it's
If it
along a
doesn't follow
county
the
border, if
county
it's along a
line,
county
it's
border, that makes
bullshit,
sense to
right?
me. But
that, and it's.
I can
not.
guarantee you, I've been to a
Fine.
lot of places in the United States, and I've never been
Yeah.
to somewhere in the middle of a city where the county changes.
right.
Rhode Island.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you see it along in a
County
weird
changes
spot
in
in a
Des Moines.
state, it's
I can find
squiggly.
the
It's
video
probably
for
a
it.
county border and a river.
They used to hire
But-
this
Fucking
guy.
county
Jerry-
changes in my teeny tiny town I live in. What are you talking about?
They used to hire this guy. He was like the
You're in
god of
swing state.
gerrymandering, and he would look at all this data about how certain communities vote, and this guy could literally draw congressional districts to cut suburbs out of districts so they could gerrymander the stuff
Yep.
correctly. It was
Yep.
so wild how much effort this guy put in, and they used to pay him millions of dollars to do it.
They
Yeah.
won elections because of it.
They don't
do.
have
Oh,
to
yeah.
gerrymander Idaho. Idaho
They won
like
elections because they made it impossible not to win.
Idaho
This-
doesn't have to worry.
gerrymandering is like when you try to fix something, you can't fix it, so you like cobble it a bit, right? That's gerrymandering, correct?
See, but gerrymandering I think happens in areas where
Jerry rig. That's
the,
Oh,
yeah,
gerrymandering.
where the
Dang it,
vote
I
could
knew it was
really go
close.
either way if they didn't
Close.
do that.
I knew it sounded-
But there's some hardcore one way or the other states that I don't think really have to bother with it. Like Idaho, I was saying Idaho doesn't gerrymander because they know that regardless of how you split up anything, 70 to 80% of the votes are going to go Republican no matter.
They can't
what.
read there anyway, so
Like-
what's it matter?
Yeah.
I think
It's probably
Florida is
true.
gerrymandered, but I don't think it matters because we can't count, so it doesn't matter. Just spit your drink out.
What does that even mean, Darwin? The real gerrymandering is the friends we made along
I
the
was
way.
gonna say that.
The fuck does that even
It
mean?
doesn't mean anything. That
I was
joke
gonna
doesn't
say
work.
that.
That joke doesn't work.
So we started.
Okay.
I got my direct supervisor to download TikTok, and so like we just started walking around the office, and he'd like, "Oh shit, I left my coffee cup in the other room," and I'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing, step coffee cup?" Just stupid ass shit like that.
Oh my god.
And some of them are gems, I swear. There's a lot of turds in there, but some of them are delightful.
All right, so real quick, the donation drive. Now we're gonna just mention it again.
Look at that, 2140. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're at 2140. So there is a donation link. I'll post it in the chat again because apparently some people can't click on it.
How
I
much do
can't.
we need?
What the fuck?
Somebody needs to donate $29, and we get 29.
Don't click on the
21
text. Click on the actual bird picture. I
Yeah.
probably should have done that differently.
Somebody donate $29 and we'll get to 21.69 and we can be happy.
Okay, I'll do it in a sec. But yeah, so I'll put it in chat. That link right there, or down below the chat, the screen, down where the little token
That didn't
boxes
work.
and stuff are, there's a little picture of a bird. It says it's for the charity donation drive. If you want to donate, go ahead and click on that link and you can send money. This is for Able Gamers. It's a charity drive spawned together. And the organization is, they basically get equipment to disabled gamers that can play. Like, I remember Gommel Knox was the guy back in the day, quadriplegic, paralyzed from the neck down. And he had a whole apparatus thing. Like it basically has like an infrared sensor on his head, so he can move his head around, and like wherever his head points on the screen, that's where the mouse would go. And then it had a little straw to where like they call it a sip puff. So like if he sipped on it, it would count as either a left or a right click, and then he'd blow into it, and it'd be the other click. So he could like left, right click, and then he would have a voice command. It was like, I think it was the Dragon Speak or the Dragon Text software. That would he would have a bunch of like macro commands plugged in or programmed in and stuff. So and that's not the only thing, but various things like that. So it gets people that are unable to play games normally with general setup like keyboard and mouse, and it gets them stuff that they can play with. So if you're interested in donating to that, click that link, send what you want to send, and it goes straight to them. It doesn't go through us and then we send it to them. It just goes right to their charity. So with that being said, let's get on to Eve Anywhere. Eve Everywhere. So
Somewhere.
Everywhere you
look, everywhere you sit. No. What is that?
What's the sting?
What is that sitcom?
Every breath you
Full
take.
House.
Oh yeah,
There
I
you
was
go.
seeing the
That's what
Full
I was
House
going
one.
for.
Everywhere
There's
you
Buddy's
look,
2160.
everywhere.
You look.
Yeah. That's what came to my mind, but
Too many cooks.
I don't remember that show very well.
Oh, it's an Adult Swim gag.
Oh,
Yeah,
If
I'll
you
send you the
notice,
link.
As
It's
the
fucking
time
hilarious.
goes on, the mental state of all the cast members slowly deteriorates.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm on my third drink.
yeah.
I haven't drank
I'm on a few.
anything.
I've drank way more than that. Shit.
You know the rule, Redline. You have to drink on the Open Com show.
Okay, I'll drink.
That's why
I can drink water.
You can drink water. We just want you don't have to drink alcohol, but you have to drink. You got to stay hydrated. So you got to
That is a rule.
drink some
Hydrate,
water.
bro.
Sinners is
Drink
full
some
Oh,
of
he's
soda?
a director. You have to listen to him.
Yeah, Sinners is full of old men and alcoholics. That's all. And Texans. We have a lot of Texans. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. I made the mistake of joining the NSFW channel in Sinners a while
That's not
back.
even the best one. That's
It's-
not even the best one.
Is it not even the best one? There's some
Nope.
interesting.
Worst.
There's some interesting ones in there. I've seen
Thirst
some
is
things
better.
that make me question
Yeah,
the
once
world.
we get to the after show, I'll explain to you the joys of the Thirst channel, which I
Oh.
stole that idea from somebody else, and it flourished. It was
All right.
fantastic.
For a while, until people started Googling stuff.
That's the rule, though. I set the rule that you couldn't Google. They had to
But
be
who
sent
follows
to you.
rules?
Yeah, it was your idea, but I tweaked it. It was yours was something pure, and I ruined it. I twisted it to an awful degree.
You made it dirty.
Yes. Well, it was already dirty, but now it's even worse.
Yeah.
I'll explain in the after show if you guys.
Yeah,
are
yeah.
curious.
We'll be there. Even anyway, okay. So this is a beta that CCB is going to be coming out with. I don't believe they've mentioned a specific date. I think the beta is already going on. I don't know if you sign up for it.
It's happening now, but only for U.S. residents and only if your
Omega.
PC and only for Omega and only if your PC meets the minimum requirements.
Well, okay. So it does say. I think you can get into it if you're an alpha, but I think you have to pay. That's what it sounds like.
Well, you have to upgrade to Omega.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's Omega.
Oh, what the hell is Brewdog Elvis juice? And why do I not have some?
He's an American
It
citizen
sounds.
too.
It
so-
sounds.
It sounds fantastic.
I don't know what that is.
That sounds like a very American drink.
I-
Brewdog Elvis juice.
Darwin's the one that drinks it, so he's got to explain this shit.
While we were talking about BrewDog Elvis juice, I was in the liquor store today and I saw Colt 45, and the song got stuck in my head until about Well, so I got home.
45 and
What
2
what song is
zigzags.
that?
So, have
Baby,
you ever actually
that's all
drank one
you
before?
need.
Huh?
They're fucking awful. I
It's
don't know if you ever
Afro
had
Man,
Colt
isn't it?
45.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just awful.
What's
Unless-
awful?
Colt 45.
Isn't that like some Steel
Who-
Reserve
it's-
shit?
Poodle
No,
Flump has
it's
Poodle Flump raises a good question in chat, and this is something I was wondering myself.
Oh, Eve, that's
Uh,
right.
They say Omega pilots in
Yeah,
the
see,
USA.
at no additional cost. That's what I was getting stuck up on.
Omega
that there might
pilots in
be
the
an extra
USA
cost.
can currently enjoy Eve Anywhere for the duration of the new test at no additional cost. So the way that's phrased, it implies, or maybe it doesn't imply, but I infer that Eve Anywhere will eventually
Require
at some
a-
point be an additional cost on top of
It
Omega.
very well could be. Maybe you have to have a subscription that includes anywhere.
The way
or-
that's worded in a very specific way.
Yeah, and so that was the thing I saw at first, that it had no additional cost, and at first I was wondering, because I was focused on the Omega word with that, so I was thinking maybe Alpha pilots could get in on it, but they would have to pay. But yeah, like you said, they could just upgrade to Omega, and that would
Just
be the
upgrade
payment,
to
so.
Omega. That's yeah.
But yeah, so essentially what this is going to be is you can play Eve on a browser without having to download the game. It's going to be run on a cloud service, and apparently it's going to run at 1080p resolution and 60 FPS, and it'll work on Chrome, Edge, Safari, and Firefox.
for the two of you that
Yeah,
use
all
Edge
two
out
of you,
there.
all two of you that are using Edge, the best. Now, hold on, that's actually a really smart inclusion, though, as far as Eve Anywhere, because what if you're at the library and the library doesn't know shit about computers and they have
No.
Edge on their computers?
You know what it is? This is CCP acknowledging that their player base is getting increasingly elderly because only old people use Edge.
Right.
Only
I
old people
yeah,
use Internet
I remember I was
Explorer,
setting up
not
my
Edge.
dad's computer, and
This is just CCP covering their bases. When all you young whippersnappers eventually get old and start using Edge, you'll still be able to play Eve.
No, I don't think it's new. I think it's just Microsoft Edge. I'm pretty sure is what they're getting at with that. But I'm just saying, my dad, when I was setting up his new laptop, I was like, I'm just not even gonna tell him to use this other browser. So you can't delete Edge. You can't delete it off of Windows, I don't think.
But you can remove it.
You
from
can
the
remove it
start
from
menu
all.
and
You can remove it from the start menu, the desktop, the start bar. You can remove it from everywhere to where, if you don't go searching for it, you won't know it's there. And then I put Chrome on there. And I was like, all right, there you go, Dad. And then I come back like 2 months
You don't
later,
like
and he's
it,
like,
Dad?
"Now, hold on." And he opens up a window, and it's an Edge. And I set Chrome for his default browser too. And I was like, why are you using Edge? He's like, I don't know. It's what it
It's
uses. And I'm like,
Probably what he's familiar
it's
with.
because there was a Windows update, and then it's like, hey, we noticed Edge isn't your default
Oh.
browser. Do you want to make your default browser? He's
Yep.
like, yeah, Microsoft Internet
That's how
Explorer.
they get you.
It's like, God damn it, Microsoft. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
Leave
I was
my
about to-
dad alone,
I was
Microsoft.
gonna tell you.
Damn it.
I met somebody who unironically still uses Firefox the other day, but somebody in chat just
I
said
mean,
Firefox for the win.
I have both. I use Firefox and Chrome. I use those two. I like those two.
I'm on Chrome. I
still
tend to
use Netscape.
switch back and forth every few years.
Fucking what?
Sometimes Firefox is awesome, and other times I prefer Chrome.
It's
But
weird. I use Chrome
It
for
ultimately
Twitch because it
comes
works
down
better,
to speed.
but I
Like,
use Firefox for general browsing.
Netscape is the best of all of them. Give me a break.
Netscape. What was? Oh God, no! I want to go back. Let's
oh,
go back even
Netscape.
further. Jesus,
I
AOL.
was
don't think you can.
was
Internet
Netscape the
Explorer?
first?
Netscape at
Browser?
the same time. No, they're about the same time as Internet Explorer. As they get frozen out.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the big lawsuit.
What about Usenet? When can we play Eve from Usenet
Juno
groups?
Mail.
Juno Mail. I had Juno. That was my first email.
had
Was
that too,
Juno
yeah.
Mail.
There used to be the MSN network. The MSN.net.
So the thing with this though is, it's gonna be handy that you can play Eve anywhere. The one
It's
thing
a,
that they were
it's
saying
a
that
cool idea.
they're saying that it's using cloud-based
I think it's a
services.
great idea. Yeah.
And it's making me wonder, because I know they were doing that, the Eve Aether Wars thing was a cloud-based, but that was a cloud-based engine, and I don't know if that's the same
Right.
thing. But it made it sound like is this new cloud-based service technology that they developed, or is this have something to do with Aether Wars? And I was hoping Darwin might know something
Yeah,
about that,
Darwin,
because
if you
Aether
have
Wars
any
has been
insight
quiet.
on
They did
this.
those tests for a while, and they've been quiet for a
don't-
while.
I
And now
don't
here they
think
show up
this
with
has
another
anything-
cloud-based thing.
Yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with Ether Wars. Just because if it did, we would hear the name Ether Wars.
I think so. And Aether Wars
whatever
was
the company
Yeah, I
is
think
that's
you're right,
developing
Manic.
that.
Yeah, and
But-
they were an engine. That's what I was kind of like not really thinking it was the same thing.
Yeah, because they were the speculation was around Ether Wars at the time is that the Eve engine was eventually going to be replaced by this Ether. It's not the Ether Wars engine. It's not the. Is it? I think it's the Ether
Ether-
engine.
Okay, he says it is different, but hey, it's the cloud. And that's the
Different
thing I'm
is-
wondering is
it's,
like,
it's cloud gaming. Yeah.
so the thing is like, if none of this is stored on your hard drive, and you're not pulling it from there, that means that you're gonna probably have to have a pretty decent internet connection to constantly be pulling the files that you need from the cloud. So
Well, the
Well, you won't pull all the files. You only pull them as
you only
need
pull the
them.
ones
Yeah,
that you
you
need,
only
but that's
pull
the
what
thing.
you
You're
need.
constantly pulling files that you as you go through and do say it
So,
constantly has to pull things.
here's
I don't know how much needs to actually be pulled from your drive when you're playing the game though. That would be pulled from the cloud instead here.
here's this is a parallel that I'm just drawing in my mind. I don't know if this applies to what Eve Anywhere at all, but I play a bit of Microsoft Flight Simulator,
Mm.
the latest version that like taps into all kinds of map and weather data, so you can basically fly around the world in real time and
The new
actually
hot shit.
yeah, it's really cool. It's a really fun game, and it's good to chill out to. But it's streaming all of that data. Obviously, you can't download the entire planet onto your hard drive.
Every
But
second.
So
yeah.
so it's streaming all of this map and weather data in real time, and you can go into the configuration and see how much data you downloaded, like in a play session, and it gets a lot. It's a lot. Like, I'm surprised I haven't gotten a call from Comcast because of how much data I've used in the past few months. But I imagine, like, I don't notice any kind of like my wife and daughter, they don't say that our internet is slowing down because when I play this game, and I don't know any slowdown on my machine. It all comes, it's pretty seamless. So I imagine that Eve Anywhere is doing something similar. It's pulling from the cloud. It's not pulling from a central server. It's pulling from all over the place.
Okay.
That's a good thing. I mean, I see many uses for it. You know,
It's useful. It's
somebody texts you,
also
hey,
it's
something's
also
on
going
sale
to
for a
be
whole, you know,
Well,
shit really low. Jump on real quick
imagine-
and do it. You know, it's gonna be great. Be a
It's
lot
more
of fun.
liability for the
if
people
you're,
playing,
If you're
though.
out on the road, and let's say you need to log in for a fleet or something, and all you have is your Chromebook, right? You don't want to download Eve onto your Chromebook. It's not gonna run. It's gonna run like shit. But if you could just pull it up in a browser and it's ready to go in 5 minutes, like, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, what this also will do is it'll allow people to like traveling on the go. If they just bring a laptop, they don't have it installed on that. They can play on that.
Getting flashbacks from
You
RuneScape
could
right
play
now.
at work. But also the one thing though is, imagine now all the alliances that are normally like, we need everyone. This is like one of those like divorce your wife, quit your job fleets, and it's like, no, I'm not quitting my job. They're like, well, you can play at work then.
You can log
I
in
know you
from your
can. You got a
job.
browser
Yeah.
there. It's like, damn it.
And I mean,
Well, you
obviously,
Discord and pretend like you didn't see it.
I mean,
know,
I won't
when-
because I drive for work, so I can be like, no, I'm on the road.
But if you have an internet connection and a browser, you can play Eve. Like, you have no excuse to not log in, basically.
yeah.
I
But
fought
that's the
first,
thing.
I've
tower
used
of
my
M2
work
on the
phone.
side of I-95.
Oh, CCP Darwin can play Eve while he's at work.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
pretty fucking lucky.
He's-
How'd you
that's
score?
lucky.
How'd you score
Like,
that job?
That's hard to do though.
You have a very understanding
I'm waiting
boss.
for the next time that they have a community position. If all I have to do, I'm granted I have no idea what a community person does for
No.
CCP.
If you think they just sit on Twitter and play Eve all day, you are sorely mistaken.
If all I have to do is get yelled at by fucking Eve people all the time, like I could do that. I do that now, and I don't get paid for it.
It is not that. I guarantee it.
I'll have to ask Aurora one time. I was like, "Is your job just getting yelled at by just random nerds on the
Yeah.
internet? Because if that's the case, sign me the
I
fuck
mean,
up.
that's part of her
Because
job.
right now I do it for free in NC Dot. Like, why would I not just get paid for it?
Honestly, yeah, you could DM Aura. There's probably stuff that she can't tell you. Honestly, DM Falcon. I'm sure he'd be willing
Convict?
to talk. And I'm
Oh
sure,
yeah.
I'm sure he's probably still under some kind of NDA. But
Honestly, they
he-
might, but I mean, you
I
could
just feel like-
probably. I mean, without even violating an NDA, I bet we could get like either Convict or Aurora on and just. be like, so what?
yeah.
What? Give us a
What
breakdown.
does
Like,
it
what
pay
do
in
you
the-
What
generally?
do you actually
What do
do?
you do?
What's
So
what's a
what
day
would
in the
you?
life
It's like
look
Office
for,
Space. What would you say
You do here.
the day in the life of a
Hell yeah.
of a community dev for EVE Online, the video game?
That would be interesting. I'd like to hear about
Watch
that.
him be like, well, so basically I just
think
gotta
Gar was
sit there and
correct.
get yelled at by
That's
EVE
a rough
players.
job.
That's
If
about
the
all I do.
case, I'll do it. I do that for free now. Like,
Imagine to get paid to
Yeah, Convict
argue
was
with
on Lasers
Eve
and
Nerd.
Lays. Did he give a breakdown? Because I didn't see that one. Did he give a breakdown
didn't
of
see
what they
that
did?
episode,
I'll have to go
no.
watch that one.
No, wait, I did see that one. He talked. He didn't really talk about. No, from what I remember, I don't think he mentioned anything about like the hard part of being a community manager. I don't think he talked too much about that, if at all. But it would be an interesting discussion.
I'm just saying, if y'all are looking for a job, Darwin's already in here. You know where to find me. I live in North Dakota. I guarantee you, Iceland is a fucking improvement.
Oh, for sure. No, 100%.
And I'm a slut.
I've
for
been in North
money.
Dakota many times.
Like, come on.
100% Iceland's way better.
Look me up. I will send you my resume.
Dude, they've got job postings that you can apply to.
Blazing Bunny
Oh, he
It-
can't do
at
his job. He
No,
needs
AOL.com.
jobs for him.
Send me
I mean,
an email.
they're
I
always
will quit
always
this
posting
fucking
on
job
Twitter.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean,
CCP is constantly posting job openings on Twitter. I think even on their Instagram they do it. Like,
Oh, I was
just,
on
just
contract until now.
apply.
But now, I mean, I'm a free agent.
yeah, I don't know. It just seems like I do like the idea that they're basically allowing anyone from anywhere to be able to connect to Eve. From it, what just Manic? I think we just lost Manic. We just got some. Hello?
Hello?
Uh,
Hey!
who-
Hey, I'm on Open Comms! Jerry! Jerry!
Who is?
Jerry, I'm on Open Comms! I connected through the web browser!
Which your
Jerry,
extra,
Oh my
look
God.
at this! Hey,
which
No.
is your extra
hey.
Teddy Roosevelt sounded
Hey.
ass.
hey!
Open comms? Wait,
Hello, is
you
this the
connected
Open
here from a
Comms?
browser.
Hi. Hi.
Hey,
Guess what?
hey,
Guess
Manic.
what, motherfuckers? You've been hacked by breathtaking 420XXX69.
Manic,
I
do
connected
that
the,
is
do
your
the
name.
first lines of the World War II speech. Today,
I
December
connected-
7th.
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, wait. How did you
Look at this.
How did you connect through a browser? We
Hold on,
don't
What happens if I push this button? Hold on.
Lolly. I like that. Lolly.
no.
I
No,
hate
you don't.
you.
Whoa!
Oh,
we
I hate
saved
you so much.
saved that sound for special occasions. You don't get to use that one.
I'm gonna do it again.
Lolly. I like that. Lolly.
Jerry,
the worst.
Jerry, come look at this. Listen,
Lolly.
listen.
I
Jerry,
like that.
Jerry.
Lolly. Lolly.
Stop
like
it!
that, Lolly.
You don't get stop it. You're-
What else can I do? Hold on. There's so many knobs and switches. Hello?
Like an old.
Stop!
Yeah. I like that one. I like it.
All right.
Hold on.
So. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna try and get this guy off. Stop pushing buttons. Whatever you.
I'm
You
gonna
don't.
push more buttons.
Oh my God! Not He-Man. Stop!
I'm
Stop!
gonna do it.
Stop!
Yeah.
Oh my God! Okay. Blazing!
Play that song.
Cut the hard line! Blazing, cut the hard line! Go!
Power in my house went out. for
Okay,
like 2 or 3
we're
minutes.
back. We're back.
Hello?
Hell,
you missed
yeah,
it all?
you back? You back, Manic?
Yeah, what happened?
You messed
Yeah,
the cameras up.
you missed it. fuck?
This is because Drayden watched porn on a shady website.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's probably, dude. Open
That would do
firewall show is what this is.
Open firewall show. That's
oh,
a nerd
guys. Okay, hold on. A dividend is a distribution of profits by a corporation to its shareholders.
Thank you, mattress.
Okay,
Excellent. Now I
mattress,
understand.
thank you.
Yeah.
Now, all
Fuck
right,
yeah.
we get it.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, I don't know. Maybe connecting from anywhere doesn't work for everything.
Oh, the name tags are messed up, Drayden.
Oh, shit.
Well,
I
the
bet he
pit's
changed that.
ruined now.
I thought I didn't know we were gonna still do that. I thought we were doing that at the beginning of the show, and so
I
we
kinda forgot
started.
about
I
it
was
as soon
like,
as I
"Oh,
started
this is the
doing it."
thing."
You're like, wait, what's going on?
the same way, buddy.
He was probably like, what actually happened to Manic? Oh my
I
god.
said, what the fuck?
It's like, yeah, let's do this bit. It's like, yeah, let's do it. And then we just went into the show like normal. I was like, oh, all right.
Let's
You should
check
have
that.
done
Thanks for the
while
bits.
you were doing the old timey voice. You should have done the World War II speech though. Yesterday,
That voice
December
change is
7th.
fantastic.
1941.
41.
A date which will live
Churchill.
in infamy. No, it wasn't Churchill. It was FDR.
Oh, I'm
FDR.
FDR. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking of
Churchill's was better though.
Churchill
We
was
will
like that.
fight
We
them.
will fight in
We
the
will fight
streets.
them,
We will
yeah.
fight on the sea. We will fight in the air.
Oh, I thought that was by Iron
We will
Maiden.
never surrender.
I didn't know that was Churchill.
That's Churchill doing the. That was basically like the Battle of London. He was basically saying, "Fuck Germany, we are not gonna surrender." So
Had they have actually invaded England, though, they would have surrendered. Oddly enough.
The Iron Maiden comment was a joke. Sorry.
Oh man.
I
I'm
mean,
very- I'm
not
very glad
sorry.
we did that.
Battle
I
of
thought we were gonna
Battle of
scrap that
Britain,
bit.
not Battle of London. I apologize. Whatever. You know what I meant. London is Britain.
they're basically the same thing.
As
Yeah.
though London had.
Isn't London's like the greater metro of London? Isn't that like 2/3 of the population of the British Isles?
Isn't that
I
Europe?
don't think it is.
That's why I'm hoping Eve London makes or FanFest makes a comeback soon, because I was so excited because this would have been my first out of country Eve meet, because I got the itch after going to Vegas. Not that kind of itch. I realize now that I said it out loud, that was
I
was
got
a
that
good
itch too.
save.
You know what?
Very-
Drayden
that
got
was a
that itch
great
too.
save.
Yeah.
I got the desire to just keep going to fucking more. God fucking damn it. Y'all ruined all the purity of what I was trying to say there. I wanted to go to FanFest really bad, but then it got canceled because of the Rona. So you have
I would
any
love to go
idea?
back. I went in 2014.
20
and it was one of the most
2022.
fun things I've ever done.
Yeah, 2022 they'll have
It-
another fan
it's
fest.
a
I guarantee it.
blast.
2022 they'll have an
2022
It's so much
is
indoor.
fun.
so far away.
Come to Vegas in the meantime.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
this
doing
this
that.
year there's gonna be an Eve NOLA in
What do you think I'm spending my
August,
stimulus
and then
checks
Eve
on?
Vegas in
Biden
October.
bucks.
Are you flying down to New Orleans? Or are you going to drive down?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm flying. You don't drive anywhere from North Dakota. I can tell you the reason that is because everything
Unless you're going to like St. Paul. And
From
then-
Nebraska
You're not that far
north
from
is
me,
terrible.
so I drive everywhere. I'm fine with
not I said the Blazing Bunny.
it. Not I. You know, no,
I
I've,
would
I've
fly
actually
to
driven
Tennessee.
to I've driven to Grand Forks and then back home without like
You know
staying
what's
up there.
crazy? If you're driving back to North Nebraska, I guarantee it looks the exact same the entire time.
Well, I know it does. I live here, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I'm going to both. I'm gonna do NOLA because I promised DJ whenever we were planning the first one that I would go to NOLA, and then I'm absolutely gonna do Vegas again, even if it is run by goons. What if Goons die
We're all
before
definitely
then?
going to Vegas too. So yeah, I love
Is it
Vegas.
still
I'm, going
hosted by
I'm
Goonswarm
driving
if
to
there
New
is no
Orleans. So I'm
Goonswarm?
gonna drive down there.
Thoughts for later.
I can't wait
But-
for Vegas. Like we're gonna do a Midwest meetup in probably in May. Should
I
go down there.
need a
Des Moines.
Florida Eve
Not
meet
that far a
because the
drive.
year I got kicked out of Goons
Start
is
one.
the year they did
We do one every year.
Ice Swarm in Tampa.
Yeah,
And I
see
was
that?
like, you motherfuckers. I've been
I know,
Goons for
yeah.
almost 2
I wanted
years.
to go down for that, but it was a little.
Yeah, I
pricey.
think so. I think by May, I should know whether I'll be able to afford Vegas or even like. See, I'm on the fence. Like, I feel like Vegas is gonna have more people at it, so I get to see more people when if I go there. I've never been to NOLA, so there's that.
Or we could just crowdfund your ticket.
I don't want to do that. That's
I don't care what you
Don't
want.
make him mad. He won't let
There's
you
more
do
than
that.
one person on this show. I can just do it without your permission.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to figure out what's going on. Like, There, I might start doing the plasma donations twice a week again. That's a way to get some cash.
No.
I mean,
I'm from Iowa, Darwin.
you can get like a couple $100 a month. I mean, if I start
I know it's not
now,
the exact
if
same
I start
thing.
now, like very recently, if I do it twice a week,
And
up
I'm a
until
cyclone.
then, I
Sure,
could
no,
probably
no
get
Husker.
almost $1,000, maybe 1,400 from basically selling blood goop.
Blood goop.
Blood goo.
Blood goo.
Whenever I was in the Air
Hell
Force,
yeah.
whenever I was in the Air Force, I used to get $600 or $700 a month more or a quarter. There's one I could only do once a quarter, and once I could do every month for selling blood and baby gravy all the time.
See, they didn't want my baby gravy.
Did you ask? And
It's
they
a
said
no,
no.
no, 'cause
it's
it-
a lengthy process to
It's
I'm gonna
get
well,
the
say-
it's
baby
also
I'll give
consent.
you
they have a
aw,
site.
if you
They have a
asked
site
and
like
they
where
said
you can
no, that's
apply to
horrible.
go in, and they're basically like, even disregarding like, are you attractive? They're like, do you have a college education? I'm like, nope.
It's
Do you have this? Nope. Do you
It
have
is
this? And
a-
it's like, nope.
it is
And then
a
they're like, yeah,
lengthy
no.
process.
So basically, like,
Yeah.
you never.
So the first time I
You
did
didn't finish
I had to
college?
give them
Get
a
outta here.
sample, and it took like 3
These
or
women
4
want
months
smart
to
babies.
get back to me. They check count, motility, all sorts of shit. But I guess all the stars aligned, and I was able to get drinking money.
like even if you're approved,
Darwin.
even if you're approved to sell sperm, like you have to keep a regiment, like when you can and cannot jerk off.
So
Like you have to be on a schedule, basically.
Oh, that'd be
this
hard.
dude said aim high. I slid it slip one time whenever I was drinking with my coworkers at work, or not at work, but coworkers, and fucking it became a meme. They edited my face into the Air Force commercial where it says it's not science fiction, it's what we do every day, and it was this entire thing where I was blacked out talking about selling semen. It's unlisted on YouTube somewhere. I'm sure. I
Dude,
can
you
find a
have
link
to
of
get
it.
the link. You
Find
have
it,
to
yeah.
get the fucking
So it's just
link.
like a 23-year-old Blazing Bunny just going on. It's like, oh yeah, I just go in there and they give me money for my nuts and all that shit. And then at the end of it, it fades to black and it says, it's not science fiction. It's what we do every day. And the Air Force logo descends. It's the dumbest shit ever. I was
That
so
sounds
mad
fucking
because I'm like,
hilarious.
how much work did y'all put into this? Like,
Oh my god, that sounds great.
yeah. We used to do all sorts of shit. This one guy was late to work 3 times in a row, so I put his face on a milk carton. And when I went to the chow fall, I put his
Have you
face on
seen
every
me?
milk carton. So like, there's this fucking milk all over the base with this dude's face on the back of it. It's like, have you seen me?
No.
It was fantastic.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
good old the old military. Dude, I like when LB gets back, man. We're gonna be like, okay, so the first show he gets back, we're dedicating entirely to tell us the good stuff about being over there, and then he'll probably be like, I sat in a tent.
It was
Where is he again?
He's in Latvia.
Yeah, so we were talking last show, and I'm like, I've been to Poland before, and I'm like, oh, Poland was awesome, and it's it's all Eastern Europe. Latvia sounds like it'd be dope, and so we met up on Saturday to talk about some stuff about the show, and the first thing he said when I got on TeamSpeak, he's like, by the way, Latvia is fucking terrible.
Yeah, he's like, it's awful here. He's like, and COVID, the COVID lockdown has made it 10 times worse. It's wrecked this
Yeah.
place.
Because half the fun was hanging out with the Polish folks
No, they're not putting
and
him in
they're-
a hotel. He's in a tent. He's in a literal, like, basically a military outfitter's tent with a hole in the roof that they had to patch with, like, a vehicle tarp. Because his options were be out there where he can mill about the base, or if he was in one of the hard, like, the actual building, like, bunkhouse areas, he would literally be confined to that bunkhouse except for when he went to the mess hall to get food. That would be the only time he'd basically be allowed out. So he's like, he went with the tent so he could at least be outside and walk around a little bit, but he can't leave like the base at all. And and he was saying, he's like, when it's time to eat, I have to walk way over to the mess hall, or the mess tent, which is way across the area from where he's at. But he can't eat there, so he has to take his food all the way back, and it's cold as hell there right now. So he's like, I haven't had a hot meal in months. Even like the quote unquote hot meals were cold by the time I got back to my tent to eat them. It's like, that sounds fucking terrible, dude.
Yeah. Well, everybody who always tries to roast me is like, oh, haha, you were in the chair for us. Like, absolutely. And I guarantee you, I didn't spend a fucking day sleeping in a tent the entire 6 years I was in.
Yeah, Poodle. I've heard Riga's good. I mean, obviously I've never been there, but I've heard Riga is a pretty nice place. But I don't think he's not in Riga. He's out and about somewhere. He's off in some. But it's also like they can't meet with other people. That's the other thing he hates about it. There's
doing
other
stuff with
nations that
NATO,
have
I
their
think.
military stationed in the same area, like doing exercise and stuff. Like I think there's people from Germany and France and other groups there. And he normally when he goes on deployments like that, he goes and hangs out and BS's with all kinds of people and has a bunch of fun. Obviously, because of the COVID lockdown, so like they are not allowed to intermingle between the different base camps. So he is basically he's in an anti-fun deployment. It's not anti-fun because of combat. It's anti-fun just because they're like, you just get to sit here and do nothing except for drills and exercise. That's all he gets to do.
So whenever I was in the Air Force, we had this huge multinational exercise in Vegas, of all places, and that was half the fun, is trying to meet up with all the other people from all the other NATO member nations, and just go get blacked out on the strip, and it was fan-fucking-tastic all the time. The Poles are some of my favorite people. Yes, Red Flag. I wasn't gonna say the name, but yeah, it was Red Flag.
Red Flag?
And then they tricked me one time, because Red Flag's in two places. It's in Vegas and Alaska. And they tricked me, and I got sent to Alaska one year. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. Because we stayed in this big lodging building
Where's Red
on
Flag?
base.
I don't know what that is.
Red Flag, it's the name of the exercise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
It's basically, so it's at Nellis is where you're staged from. But
Nellis.
you
I only know-
you stay in Vegas. They tricked me into fucking going to Alaska for Red Flag after I'd been to
Is that-
Vegas twice.
Is that at
And I was like,
Elmendorf?
oh, I'll
Or is
go to
that
Red
up at-
Flag. And they sent me to Alaska, so I wake up for work one day, and I go to walk out the door, and there's a fucking moose outside, and I can't leave because it's a gigantic super horse, and I don't wish death.
They can get mean too. They're
Yeah.
not. They're
So I
not.
call my
dangerous. Yeah,
supervisor
no,
yeah.
up because at the
Like-
time I'm only an E4, right? So I call my supervisor up and I'm like, "Hey man, I'm not going to make it into work on time. Let's make it to the meeting spot for the van on time." And he's like, "Oh, what's the matter? You wake up late?" I'm like, "No, there's a moose outside." And he's like, "Just walk past it." I'm like, "Fuck you! I
Yeah.
am not walking past the goddamn moose."
I remember I was growing up at my parents' house and there was a moose in the front yard one morning, and because my parents live out rural, like out of town, they have like their 5-acre, like they basically live in a forest on a 5-acre lot, and there was a moose out in the front yard sitting there. I don't think there was a calf around, so luckily it wasn't too aggressive, but one of our dogs was out and was like jumping around, like barking and like going around in circles, and I was sitting there like, I think our dog might die. Like it very well could. And my little brother at the time, he was like, "Oh no, we gotta go get it." I was like, "Don't you go outside there? You're gonna die too." It's like sad about the dog. It didn't actually. It stomped kind of like menacingly at the dog, and that was about it. And then it ran off. But luckily, yeah, I was like, "You don't get to go outside near that moose."
That doesn't sound right at all. I've seen Bullwinkle. He seems pretty
Yeah.
fucking nice.
I mean, it's not like
Why
it's
do
not like
they-
they're
why do they call it the
bloodthirsty,
Moose
but
Clubs. Everybody I've known in the Moose Club is very nice.
Yes.
moose.
Are Moose Clubs still a thing? I feel like that's like a 1950s thing.
I have no idea what you're talking about, so I assume it's not a thing.
Okay, yeah, I gotta look this up now. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, moose are very territorial. Yeah, they're
Yes.
not
I
just
remember that show
territorial.
on TV. It was reruns, but I remember that show being on TV when I was a kid.
It's
Like
a
still a
little
thing.
kid.
Oh my god.
Like they can be territorial, but they're just also just they know they're a big beastly animal, and so they're not so timid and afraid like a deer would be necessarily. Like I mean, if there's something, if like a person is in front of them,
Don't talk
they
about Moose
know
Club.
that it's like that thing is by itself. It's not like a pack of wolves. It's like I could smash that thing, and sometimes they're like, I'm gonna smash that thing. Because if they feel
Somebody clip
threatened,
that.
if
Somebody
they feel
clip
threatened,
that.
they don't always
Somebody clip
run.
that.
Sometimes they charge. So
Somebody clip that.
what?
Somebody clipped Raiden saying he's gonna smash that thing. We'll use it later, I swear.
Well, I could
Wow.
I could have that sound wave as well. I'm gonna smash that thing.
I could smash that.
I could smash that, so I'm gonna smash that. Yeah.
Squirrel are not aggressive and do not have tough skulls.
Have you ever
What the hell is he
seen the
talking
music
about?
video for that? That guy, who is that?
Not Kenny
And I
G.
never
Is it
wanna
Kenny G?
dance again.
No.
No,
Oh my
it's,
God.
George
You
Michael.
got
George
no
Michael.
Yes,
Yeah,
George Michael, yeah.
Michael.
Is that
an
George
asshole.
Michaels?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
Wham, baby.
Wham,
No, it
yeah.
wasn't Wham. It was just him. But yeah. he's
Yeah,
from Wham.
George Michael in the music video is a bad person.
Like, isn't that the Wake Me Up Before You Go?
Yes, same guy.
No.
Yes. it
That's
is.
no,
it
that's
is
Wham.
not.
No, George
Most
Michael. No,
certainly is.
George
George
Michael is
Michael is the lead singer
the
of
George
Wham.
Michael is the. You got to have faith. Dun, dun, dun. Isn't that
Yes,
George Michael?
All the same
Yes.
guy.
Okay. Damn.
Still George Michael. Still lead singer of Wham.
Is it Wham? That can't. What? What?
Careless Whisper.
The guy that's
Is it
like
Careless
Whisper?
skipping around in the t-shirt, dancing in the pop
Yes,
video?
same
What
guy as
the
George
f-
Michael. Yes.
Huh. Well, I
Oh my
learned
God.
something today.
Careless Whisper.
He looks like Joey Lawrence.
Yeah, George Michael. He
Yeah,
sings Careless Whisper.
you're right. George Michael is not Wham. He just was in Wham.
I'm never gonna dance again. Yeah. It was in
didn't know
Deadpool
that.
too.
I sadly have the fucking record.
You seem
Oh,
pretty
shoot.
pretty happy about that.
No,
So-
no. I mean, I was at the time I bought it. I loved. I guess I don't know. I guess I love the song. I'm hoping my sister bought it. I just don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I bought it.
He sang Freedom 90? I thought Anna Kendrick sang that. That's a meme, by the way.
Anakin Skywalker?
Yeah, who's that? Anakin Kendrick.
Fucking what?
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick is cute. Wow. Oh my god.
Looking
She's
her
a
up, is she?
cutie.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
All right,
yeah.
there we go. Ooh.
I actually watched the movie with her not too long ago.
You watched a
Dude,
movie with Anna
Rapture
Kendrick?
Palooza. It was fucking hilarious.
Rapture Palooza?
Rapture Palooza with Anna Kendrick. It was
This
really funny.
sounds so stupid.
Oh, it is. It's got Daryl from The Office, Andrew Kendrick, and some other dude who's famous, kind of.
2013. Oh my, I've never heard of this.
It was very
First thing
funny.
I saw her in was Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I think he's in it. Isn't that the
Yeah.
guy that played it?
This Freedom song was in Pitch Perfect. I hate that I know that. No, I don't. That's a lie.
You love that you know it, don't you?
Yeah. Pitch Perfect is a fantastic movie. Every single one of them.
I've fallen asleep to it 7 times.
Wait, he sings Roxanne?
No,
No, that was Sting.
that's Sting. Yeah.
I mean, multiple people have sang Roxanne, but everybody knows the Sting version.
Oh, he has a different song that's called Roxanne. Sorry, I looked up George Michael on YouTube and there's a lot of stuff on here.
Oh, Mr. Right. That is a good one. Ronnie Hugo, Anna Kendrick, and oh shit.
Bernie Mac.
No. He was in Moon. Sam Rockwell. Anna Kendrick and Sam Rockwell. Yeah,
Right.
Mr. Right was a fun movie. Like totally stupid, but lots of
Oh,
fun.
what
I
is
think
it?
of Mr. 2000.
What is it, a romantic
Jesus, I'm
comedy or
stupid.
something?
It's a rom-com, but there's like it's kind of there's kind of a twist on it. I mean, God, I love Sam Rockwell.
I did
He
too.
is that man.
Moon
a
is one of my
god.
favorite movies.
I
with him in
love
it.
fucking love Moon. Moon.
Okay,
It's a
that's
great
Sam
movie.
Rockwell.
He's so fantastic in that.
There's a lot of guns in this. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
like
seen this movie.
I mean, you know, do you remember like Mr. and Mrs. Smith at all?
I do.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I own the
It- it's
unrated
ki-
version,
it's
which is
kinda
just like
like
the regular
that.
version.
I'll have to check it out. When I said that, I was thinking she's with I thought she was in the baseball one with fucking Bernie Mac, I think.
One of my all-time favorites, since we're loosely talking about romantic comedies, one of my all-time
Trebling is
favorites is
correct.
Crazy Stupid Love, because that dude just gets like the
that a
opening.
porno?
The opening. No, Crazy Stupid Love. That's the movie with the dude from Evan Almighty.
Evan?
The guy from The Office,
Yes,
Fuck. Steve Carell.
Steve
Steve
Carell.
Carell.
I've
So at the
never
very
seen this
beginning,
movie.
his wife tells him that she's been cheating on him, and he's like, "Please stop talking. I'm gonna jump out of the car." And she keeps going, and he's like, "I'm gonna jump out of the car." And then finally, he opens his door at speed and just rolls out that bitch like, like that SpongeBob memes where it's like, "All right, I'm gonna head out," but instead he's just like,
falls out.
"Nope, I'm done."
Did it kill him?
No.
Michael Scott.
So they
That's the
separate,
character name, right?
And it's 3 different stories in one. It's about Steve Carell and his wife splitting up because she's fucking somebody from her office. It's this fuck boy who tries to teach Steve Carell how to hook up with women, and then he winds up dating Emma Stone, and then Steve Carell's son dating, trying to get the attention of a high school girl.
I
It's
remember
3 stories in
this.
one.
this
and
is-
it's
I like Emma Stone.
one of my
Crazy Stupid Love?
all-time, Crazy Stupid Love. It is one of my
I've never seen it.
all-time favorite movies.
I'll have to watch it. I've never seen it. I'll check it out.
Because like there's a scene right where Emma Stone's with the fuck boy, and he's like, and she's never fucked around with anybody before, and she's like, so what's your move? Like everybody has a move. He's like, I do the dirty dancing thing where you lift it up in the air to the time of my life and all that shit. It was really funny.
Oh, there were no moves. What? There were no moves.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, what
she's like,
about
what's
the
your move? It's like,
moves?
come on, everybody's got a move. Like, yeah.
All right, so we're hitting the 2-hour mark, so we're gonna get on to.
That was a good 15-minute discussion about Eve.
Yeah. No, I think we
I
hit
think we
20.
went
We
about
hit
25
20 at
minutes.
least.
I'm joking. I'm
Yeah.
joking.
I would say
Come on.
15 sounds very generous. I
Yeah.
feel like it's closer to like 10.
No, it's a fun show though. We're gonna
How
get
dare
into
you.
the final shots and final thought.
Do we have a thing
See-
for that?
We're gonna come up with
No,
a
not yet. I'm
We
working on
will.
one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, he made one thing.
I made one, but it's not. No, don't use it.
Oh, okay. I tried to just use it and it didn't show up, so I think it's because
So he had no respect. He was gonna use it anyway. Okay.
well, I clicked it and I was like, why is this not? He's like, don't use it. I'm like, okay, perfect. All according to plan. Maybe that
To
guy's
think-
still hacked in.
to think 60 people
controlling
sat
everything.
up on a Friday night and watched us ramble on about movies and furries and
Isn't
Eve
it
sometimes.
weird? Isn't it weird that people tune in
And
to
Bacchus.
actually listen to this?
I'm glad that you're all here. Really, I am. But I struggle to wonder why. Y'all also must live in awful places where you can't do anything.
Are you
Well,
guys
it
tilting
sounds-
everyone?
I've seen
just
Lincoln
just
in
wait.
Iowa.
Once everybody gets vaccinated, viewership is gonna drop
Like,
I don't think it will.
because
It's
they'll
like- it's
have
like everybody
because they'll
lives
have
in that
so many
town
better
of Footloose
things to
where you
do
can't
on a
dance.
Friday night.
There are that many things to do better on a Friday night now.
All right,
Yeah.
Queso sounds good. All right, so final shots, final thoughts. Man, final thoughts. I mean, again, it just keeps coming back to these Eve meets. Oh, I'll just do it with the
Graydon, go first, I guess.
yeah. So, yeah, we should just go from the top of the thing.
Just
Blaze,
you
wanna-
go. You
okay,
start,
I already
go.
started anyway.
Go.
So, regardless of whether I can make the Vegas or New Orleans, though, a road trip to Iowa
he's making both of them.
probably
Don't let him
wouldn't
fool
be
you.
that.
We're getting
It wouldn't
drained
really-
into both
It
meets.
wouldn't really
Don't worry
be that
about
expensive,
it. It'll
so I
happen.
might
This
be able
is
to come
his
down for
final-
at least the Midwest meetup in May, maybe. I don't know. Is that in Des Moines? Where do you guys hold that?
Des Moines. Yeah.
All right, maybe is it
Sometimes
just like a
it's around-
weekend?
We've done it in Iowa City before, but we usually do it in Des Moines.
Is it like a over a weekend?
I will
or
get the
something?
information to you when we get a date
Cool.
set and everyone.
Yeah, I was saying,
plans, so.
it's
We're
probably
kinda
like a
getting- we want to give a little bit of time for people to get vaccinated and stuff like that,
Yeah.
so they can come. You know.
okay. Yeah, it's
We're not-
probably
we're
like a
not-
day and a half drive for me. Oh, it's probably one day if I go straight like.
You go straight across. You pick up Bunny in North Dakota, then you come down. 2 days.
Do not drive to the state on purpose. I'm gonna be mad at you if you show up here. Not because you showed up here, that you drove here on purpose.
Hmm. But no, I think
We're
from
not having
me
any
to there is
Muscatine.
about 15-hour
far.
drive, so we'll see. But that's not totally unheard of for me. So, all right, that's
You're
my thing.
welcome here anytime. Bunny.
I have at least 2, probably 3, once I can recall what my third one was gonna be. I know final shots. Well, actually, shots is plural, so yeah, I can have more than one.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to, I think he's AFK, but I'm gonna say it anyway, is Redline, who is still sitting at the very tippy top of our list, who explained to me in DMs where he, because I thought it was Twitch money, but it's not. It's something way more important than that, where he threw $1,000 down on this charity. So big shout out to Dave Archer 13 for that.
Fuck you, Bunny.
Oh, he is here.
He's here.
You just had to call him by his real name.
I was waiting for you to say where it was from.
No, I won't because you didn't tell me I could.
You can if you want to. It's fine.
No, you can do that whenever it's your turn because you're at the bottom of the
Oh,
list.
true. Fair. Gotcha.
Second shout out is, damn, I almost definitely forgot the second one. I'm just gonna say it's the Eve meets. I don't think I.
I was say it sounds like you did forget
you been drinking?
the next one. Yeah.
Yes, Have you not?
I can tell. You were able to do coherent sentences a while ago.
Yeah. So I'll just say it was the Eve meets. That's it. That's my final thoughts.
You have fantastic final shot. I didn't see you do a final shot though.
Because it's empty.
Oh damn it! So all right. So I'm gonna also
And now
my
it's on the
final
floor.
shout out is to Redline. If he's an awesome dude, but we hit 5,000 on this charity, Redline and I will both be shaving our heads on stream. So
And that's a lot of hair. shit.
we're almost halfway there. Not too far to go. Good job.
Remember,
guys.
the goal is $6,969.
Mhm.
Not a penny more. Well, actually, 69 pennies more, and then no more.
Then no more.
Or 42.0 pennies.
Or that, yeah. Or now Manic.
That see,
Final
it
thoughts.
won't read right. It has to be 69, 69. Never mind.
4,000 to
106.
42,069.
Yeah, there we
That
go.
would be perfect. Yeah.
We'll just make that the next goal after 3,000.
That's the goal. $42,069.
Yes.
Yes, we did talk about the volcano.
They will be okay.
Final
The,
shots.
they live in space.
Final thoughts. Yeah, Eve meets. Everybody get your fucking vaccinations because I want to see you in Vegas. And if you're not vaccinated, don't come anywhere fucking near me. And I don't want to have to say that to anybody. So get your vaccinations, please, so I can give you a fucking hug and we can go drinking together. Eve Anywhere is pretty cool. I haven't used it, but the idea is sound and I support it. Kudos to CCP.
All right, Redline.
Elite.
Can I give a
Alright,
shout out too?
Redline.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
You were here.
You didn't say anything, but you're
Um,
here.
He said some stuff in the beginning.
Did he?
I assume stuff was going on. I don't know.
I did, yeah. I just got really distracted with other
Oh,
things.
are you killing more people?
No, of course not. I
Liar.
haven't logged into EVE
Yeah.
Online in 16 days.
Oh, a little rust action.
I'm
Okay.
keeping track. It's very sad. Anyways, I just want to give a shout out to Rain for being a person that does charity stuff. That's really cool, and I'm happy to put my money into good causes like that all day, every day. Just let me know when the next charity is, and I'll just throw money at it.
Money in here.
Oh, yeah.
Money in hair. Ugh.
And here.
Also, shout out to all the dudes in Original Centers, especially the directors who've had the opportunity to kick me because I'm not in space. Thanks for not kicking me. I appreciate it, bros.
Did you just fall down a chute?
Hold on. What does Bunny? What does your chair say? I love the smell of what?
Jet fuel.
Danger. Danger.
It says jet fuel.
Oh.
I forgot
it's-
that
Why
was
did
on
you
there.
see danger?
Well, look at that red
says
circle
danger.
thing.
Where?
That says
I
danger.
love the smell of jet fuel in the morning.
But
Oh,
that.
danger there. I see it now.
Yeah. The jet fuel is
didn't
below
see
It's not
red.
my chair
Drayden.
though.
I didn't
It's
see
a
that at
t-shirt
first,
on
yeah.
my chair, so whenever I
Oh.
can wear a shirt because my chair is leather, and so I don't stick to the chair.
Oh, that's kind of smart.
How much to kick Redline? I'm gonna say 69 billion.
$42,069 to the charity.
42.69. That's it.
$42,000.
Oh, I thought you just meant 42.69.
But you didn't say I couldn't just invite him back after I kick him though, so
Yeah,
take that
there's-
into account.
All right, with that,
Red Line makes
yeah,
some
I'll
people
do a
mad
shot
when
for
you
the
do
road, and
that.
then we're out of here. We'll be back for the after show. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We'll be
Couple
back
minutes,
in a couple minutes. Later.